Going live. Going live. Live!
We're
We are live.
Live for the last 4 hours of the day. Live for the last 4 hours of the day.
Loving life. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Big energy levels.
Welcome to afternoon, day 3. We are here, and I'm just getting up the live timing. Day 3.
Of the F1 testing. That's a terrible accent.
Yeah. Let's.
I'm never doing that again. I'm so sorry,
Thank
chat.
you. That's one way to start the afternoon off, isn't it?
Traumatizing. So sorry.
Hello, everybody. I missed you all this morning, although I will be lying to say that I didn't enjoy my bed for a little bit longer. How was this morning, first and foremost, Katie? I think we need to have, for my sake, a little rundown.
Testing rundown. Yeah. Right. So we had 5 red flags this morning. 5 red flags this morning after having none on day 1. We had 5 just this morning. We had a red flag for Fernando Alonso because he had a hydraulics issue with his car, caught fire a little bit. So that had to be put out. Some very dramatic images that are on XBB. So I'm sure we'll get them put onto the screen so you can see that if you've missed it. The second red flag of the day was for Pierre Gasly, who it appears that maybe it was a driver error rather than a car error, but he basically drove off the track into the barriers, slow speed, but he did dent the front of his AlphaTauri. So that had to be recovered. We then had another red flag for Guan Yu Zhou. Obviously a rookie this year. He managed to beach himself in the
Gasly crash, actually, to be fair, I have a picture of right now, which is up on the screen. So
beautiful.
I've got 3 images, actually.
Camera down.
So, boom.
At the moment, you're seeing
boom.
The sky.
That's okay. And boom.
And
the little lock up. There you go.
Yes. So yeah, Guan Yu Zhou managed to, after setting a personal best in Sector 2, then thought, do you know what? I'm going to put it in the gravel for the Sector 3. So then we got a red flag for that. And then we got brought back out again, green flag. And then Guan Yu Zhou did much of the same. He caused another red flag for stopping out on the track. And then we had another green flag or green light. And then Sebastian Vettel was the one that caused a red flag with reported engine issues with about 5 minutes left on the clock. So that's a very quick summary, but there's also so many other talking points. One of the big ones is the fact that Uralkali, which is obviously Haas, a big sponsor on that, has been removed overnight. So we have what is a very plain and basic white Haas livery that was running this morning. Nikita Mazepin hasn't done much running today. I think in total he's done about 9 laps because there has been an oil fuel pump issue or an oil leak issue. I think it was. So he got to do limited running this morning. But the lots of people are a big fan of of the white Haas. And obviously the big news story that's happened over lunchtime is F1 have said that the Russian Grand Prix...
Up on screen. There you go.
Look
F1
at this.
statement.
What teamwork. Yeah, the F1 statement saying that under the current situation, we won't be racing in Russia. Now, lots of people have taken that as the Russian Grand Prix is fully cancelled. I would not feel comfortable at the moment saying it's fully cancelled. I think Formula One have been careful how they've worded the statement. Notice in the statement, there is no word of it being cancelled, just that they can't host it in the current situations. Well, yeah, that seems pretty... obvious you can't host it in the current situation. But obviously the Russian Grand Prix is in September. So yeah, Formula One have been a bit sneaky with the way they've worded that statement. So yes, I would not be comfortable saying that it's cancelled. But at least F1 have done something, because all the teams did meet up last night, and the F1 and the FIA, and they had a chat about it because obviously it has been a big talking point over the last few days. And they've come to this conclusion. But yeah, a bit of a weak statement from Formula One, in my opinion. But
thank you for that roundup, Katie.
No worries, I've got to have a sip of water now. That was a lot of talking.
Yeah. You're into your second shift of the day.
I am.
Yeah, firstly, obviously, George Russell, as you can see on screen, was the fastest and will be the fastest of today because the track's wet. So they've artificially soaked it, as far as I'm aware. It hasn't actually rained, has it, at all today? And that is to enable the wet tyre test to go ahead. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, we're going to have to rely on a lot of pictures and also a lot of information from the guys down in Barcelona, the race, and speaking to them about what sort of lap times as well, because obviously we're not going to see lap times change on this leaderboard at the moment. Maybe Mazepin's 1 minute 26 might be in trouble. Who knows? But I don't think it's going to be that quick around there. So, it's a different test for the teams this afternoon. A challenge, definitely, as well. Because, a completely different combination that none of the drivers are used to. I do kind of like, though, the fact that, you're into the season, and I think it was maybe like Lando and whatever had to hit their first experiences in the wet in that particular generation and combination of car in an actual race weekend, rather than like having a bit of testing and a bit of mileage under your belts. There's always that unpredictability that I think a lot of people enjoy. But yeah, so they're going to get this afternoon full of wet tyre running. I wonder, I don't actually know the procedure as to whether or not if it dries out because there's a lot of running, whether they go and soak it again or if it's just wet and then until it dries out.
Well, Matt Gallagher,
do you have the answer?
I can tell you.
Oh, here we go.
I think I might do. So there is a nice article over on WTF1 if you want to go and check that out as to why and what the F1 wet weather runnings is. But yeah, back in 2018, quite comical, really. Pirelli soaked the circuit for the pre-season test in Barcelona before the morning session began. As there was no constant spray of water on the track, it dried up quickly, which isn't exactly a big surprise, and teams only had about an hour of fully wet running before switching to slicks later on. Pirelli repeated the move in the afternoon, but most teams just decided to sit in their garages and wait for the track to dry out instead. So there is, I think, 20% chance of rain. Obviously, we have guys on the ground who will be able to stick their heads out the window and tell us if it looks like it's going to rain. But yeah, it could be that we see limited running because people want to wait for the track to dry out, even though Pirelli, have specifically done this and dunked all this water on the track because they want to see, dunked, nice word there. They want to see how the full wets and the intermediates react to these new 2022 cars, because of course they're new to 2022 tires as well, because we've gone from 13-inch to 18-inch. So yeah, but at the moment it's looking like all the teams are just sat tight in the garages, which of course they are.
Apart from one, Daniel Ricciardo out there on track at the moment. He's done 5 laps on the wet tyres. Actually, Nicholas Latifi has just joined him out on track. So Latifi and Ricciardo on those blue-walled wet tyres. And as Jack has said over on the race, plenty of spray off the back of the car, as you'd expect. And in fact, we've got some images straight from Benji, who has sent us over some lovely things. Obviously, the man that had the questionable meme from yesterday. That's what everybody will know him as.
He did redeem himself. He sent us one earlier of Fernando Alonso waiting at a McDonald's.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was actually really good. That was really good. So well done, Benji.
If you're listening,
you've made up for it. Well done. So there is a picture of Daniel Ricciardo out there in the
have to admit
McLaren?
that in the dark, gloomy, wet track, that McLaren livery is popping. It does look quite nice.
Yeah,
I've been a little bit
because the spray's covering half of it.
That's also true, maybe.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, it does look nice.
No, I think the thing is the fact that the sun isn't shining on it, potentially. I don't know, because obviously the spray's up and maybe covering the sunlight, and it's making the orange look better. Maybe that's my non-professional colour opinion. But yeah, there's an image of Daniel Ricciardo. I've actually got another one right there. That's a very cool shot, isn't it? That is very nice. And again, it looks quite washed out at the front, but then when you get further back where maybe the sun isn't hitting it, you go, oh, it's actually rather orange. So I feel like when we see the McLaren in maybe a showroom or something, we go, oh, actually, that's really vibrant and bright. But then as soon as you see it out on track, you go, So it's going to come into its own when we get some wet weather running, is the McLaren livery, in our humble opinions.
McLaren fans in the chat saying, where's this image from? I want this image. I'll see if we can maybe post some on social so you can have them to
phone wallpaper or something.
Yeah, lots of people as well. Very glad that you're back, Matt. And I would agree. I love doing this updates with Tommy earlier, but I also am enjoying doing them with you as well. So
thank you. Stop it. It's good to be back.
It's gonna make me blush.
You would never have thought that after 16 hours of talking over the last 2 days, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I want to come back and join the guys. And I do, you know, it's great it's been awesome to have this kind of WTF1 family watching along, not watching along, listening along and giving you as much update to what's going on in testing. And it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this one final afternoon before we have a couple of weeks off. And then we got lots more testing content where actually we can see what's going on track. Unbelievable. Another image has come through of the McLaren as well. I know, who would have thought, cameras? Really?
Well, I feel bad because there are all these
He's on Inters,
cameramen and women. Yeah, all these people that are sat at their stations filming the cars, because there's footage coming out on F1 social media and Sky. At the end of the day, they have like a little testing recap, and they've got some footage in there. So there's some poor bloke or woman just sat there like filming them all, and the footage isn't going anywhere.
All just for like a 3-minute F1 highlight video at the end of the day.
I mean, I do have some sympathy, but also I would love to switch places and just be sat in Barcelona. The sun is shining, just watching the new cars. So, you know, if you want to trade, whoever's watching this, hit me up, because I would like to do that.
What do you mean? You were just saying you were enjoying doing this testing update, watch along with me, live stream update with me, and now you want to go to the track. Make your mind up, Katie.
I'll do it trackside for you all.
So, in fact, actually, we will see some lap times, because if we've had a driver swap, so one lap time we will see is Daniel Ricciardo, who's done 8 laps on the wet tyre, and his fastest time is a 1:42.814. In fact, I'm going to, I don't know if we'll be able to. I was going to say if there was a possibility of like splitting it into wet tyre running, but I think the way that the timings would work is that we wouldn't get access to those lap times unless you literally watched it like a hawk. So that idea's gone out the window immediately. But Danny Rick, we're going to at least see his wet pace in that McLaren. And Latifi, he has done 7 laps only to date in that Williams. And he is up in P5 with 1:20.699. Just reflecting, so George Russell obviously set the fastest time this morning out of the entire test.
Overall.
Yeah. 66 laps. So interesting. So this afternoon, Hamilton's running again, I assume, but he's going to get limited running again. So George Russell, who's had an absolute mileage fest, it has to be said, over the first 3 mornings that he's run, he's got a huge amount of laps over Lewis in this new car at the moment, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Maybe they thought new kid in the team, get him as much dry running as possible. But you'd also think Lewis Hamilton, as a 7-time world champion, would also want to get his fair share of dry running. But they've put Lewis in the car this afternoon, as I understand. So, Matt, the times have gone from the.
It's because it had to happen.
It did.
I was reading the race.
Get it done early.
I was looking at the live text updates, and I've scrolled the wrong thing. Right, sorry. I'm going to go and load that up. My apologies, everybody. I'm just a massive noob when it comes to technology. But look, it wouldn't be a stream with me involved.
I'm glad everybody's paying attention to what's going on in the boxes, though.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Matt, the screen. Oh my God, what are you looking at? Don't worry, it was literally just the race website. No, I'm not playing like Pokemon.
You're not doing any Amazon shopping or something.
Yeah, oh my God, imagine that'd be hilarious.
Add to basket. There's quite a funny anecdote which was shared this morning. So apologies if you've already heard this, but I want to repeat it for the people that are new here. So obviously during the lunch break, Pirelli artificially wetted the track. That's not very good English, but
no, that's right.
Yeah, it works. So Gary Anderson, who is the race's tech expert, he has got a ton of experience of being to these kind of tests. And he said, I've never been a big fan of artificially soaking a circuit for wet running using methods like F1 will use this afternoon. I remember at a test at Valencia back in 2003, where they pumped water from the lake in the middle of the track onto the circuit for wet testing, Giancarlo Fisichella, my favourite, went out in the Jordan and spun immediately because the water was so full of algae that it made it impossible to drive. So we all had to just sit around and do nothing.
So I'm sorry, but whoever's in charge of that, like, they've gone, right, we need to wet the track. How are we going to do that? It's not going to rain today. You know what? There's a lake. There's a lake. I've got a hose. Come on, let's do it. And then you're just like splurting all of this. Oh, wow, that is hilarious that they haven't even
Isn't it insane?
What is in a lake?
Yeah, just a random fish that's just somehow managed to make its way onto the track.
Well, that's nearly 20 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah, and I've been to that track because Formula E testing is held there. And yeah, I would not go anywhere near that lake, let alone put it on the track as wet water.
Well, let alone algae. I mean, fish on the track. Like, imagine that.
That's amazing.
Oh, goodness me. Anyway, I've just put up on screen the Williams not struggling as much as Fisichella was 19 years ago. On the intermediate tyre as well in that Williams car. Again, looks very striking. Looks lovely, does that Williams car. And I will try and get updates on wet running pace. Is there any way of getting wet running pace, especially from drivers who have already set a dry time this morning? These are the questions I'm asking to the race down on the ground in Barcelona. Our colleagues at the race giving us all the information as always, and we'll see. We'll see what they say. But look, questions need to be asked. If you don't ask, you do not get. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. What do you think should replace Russia? It's a good question. Turkey. Next question.
Somewhere in Germany.
Yeah.
German Grand Prix back on the calendar, please. I miss it.
Yeah, Hockenheim is a banger of a track, to be fair to you. Hamilton has just come out on track to do some wet running. So I guess that is. I know that Hamilton's hasn't had as much mileage in the dry, but at least he will get some kind of feedback of what the car is like in the wet. Maybe that will give him a slight advantage the first time we see rain when we get to at any point during the calendar when we have a bit of rain. Hamilton will have that knowledge, that feel, because these cars, their characteristics completely different. Carlos Sainz, I think, was interviewed earlier. Was it earlier today, or where Ted got cheese out again? And
oh my gosh, what the blooming baby bell!
I mean, I'm sorry,
Baby Bell, or however
I
Carlos
love
pronounces
Ted,
it.
and I think he's brilliant and quirky. But what on earth is that bit of content? Like, oh yeah, it's like the dip, like the air goes through the baby.
And he just put the cheese in his pocket.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to have this later.
Dusty.
I'm going to have this later. What? What is right? Anyway, my point was that he was speaking to Carlos Sainz, and he was saying that the car was quite different to drive, and then Ted was kind of poking like, oh, good different or bad different, and then Carlos was like, just different. The whole cheese thing really did scar me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Insane. But yeah, we'll have a look and see what's going on with these wet weather runnings.
I'll put it back to the McLaren image because that is saucy.
It's beautiful.
So Danny Rick was out on the wet tyres, I think, to begin with, and then came back in, changed to the intermediates. That's the understanding there. As of course, it is going to continue to dry because it isn't raining. It's just been splashed on.
It is. It's all fake. It's all fake news. One piece of news that I didn't mention in my roundup, and it's bad news if you're an Alpine fan, I'm afraid. So obviously this morning, and we'll see if we can get some images made up of Fernando Alonso and his Alpine on fire. But yes, Alpine have diagnosed it as a hydraulics problem, and unfortunately it's not something that's going to be fixed today. So we will not be seeing an Alpine on track for the rest of the day. That is their Barcelona testing done. I think they managed about 266 laps, I think the tweet said. But yes, if you are sat around waiting for Fernando Alonso, he's not going to appear on track, I'm afraid.
He ain't coming. Ocon did have a pretty good run yesterday, didn't he? He just went on forever. I think clocked over 120 laps, I think it was in the end. Obviously, Alonso's only done 12 today, and it's a disappointing end to the shakedown of Barcelona for Alpine. But 266 laps is still a very solid amount. And when you compare it to some other teams that have also had issues, I don't think they'll stand out as like a sore thumb because of that 266 laps. So yeah, shame for Alonso that his car decided to break. But also the Alpine mechanics are probably like, oh no, you want us to pack down now at 1:20 and I can go home early?
And see
Oh,
my family.
okay. No worries. I bet some of them are just like, yes, get in there. Half a day. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they are very much committed to the cause of making Alpine the world champions. But deep down, no one really wants to work ever, do they? So
no. I really wanted to see if you can see how vibrant and orange the McLaren looks in this, how the pink would look. But we're not going to see it.
I'm okay not seeing the Alpine. I'm still not a fan of it.
You're still scarred.
Still not a fan. Not scarred, but not a fan. I'm just going to bring up, because Benji has sent me an image of the AlphaTauri and Gasly where he had his little impact, and the arrow is to show that there's no front wing there. So there you go. I mean, the part of the front wing is definitely missing. So thank you, Benji, for that insight. I really appreciate it. And that is Gasly's car on the back of a recovery truck. Hopefully, we don't get 5 red flags this afternoon. That's
I hope so.
That would be lovely.
That'd be too much.
If that's okay. So George Russell, his 19.2 was on the C5. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Wow.
Yes.
So he went full soft tyre. Charles Leclerc, on the other hand, yesterday, I think he did a 19.6, 7.
I can tell you, he did a 19.689 on the C3
yeah,
tyre.
C3, exactly. Ferrari are goated. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
C5 tyre, it gives you at least 3 seconds. Sorry, Katie.
Exactly. No, I was going to say, and Gary Anderson, also on the Ferrari hype train, because he said when he was watching those laps being done, that Charles Leclerc set that stonker of a time only 3 laps into his 17-lap run. So there was definitely more in the... not in the tank, because it could be that he actually
in terms
loses
of fuel.
But like he could have really have improved on that time. So
well, Gary, great to have you on the Ferrari hype train. It's a pleasure to have you on board. It absolutely is. What are people saying in the chat? We've got 9,000 of you at the moment. Thank you for coming and joining once again.
Hi, everyone.
Big hugs, big love. Final afternoon of testing at Barcelona is very much underway. It is wet running, at least for the beginning of the session, because the track has been wetted, and we will most likely see dry running towards the end, because the track will dry out. There's no actual rain in the air as far as we're aware, and that will also make the track rather slippery, though, because it would have washed away a lot of the grip. So interesting to see what kind of running the teams do towards the end of the day as well. Where is Perez, says Kunal. That's a question.
He should be running this afternoon, because Verstappen was out this morning. So hopefully there'll be some lovely images in the XPB media library shortly.
They are flying through with the Williams and the McLaren images, so big shout out to XPB for those. And that's another great shot of Latifi in that Williams. Looking very good indeed. Latifi's done 13 laps so far today, so Albon 21. So not a huge amount of mileage for Williams today, is it?
They did a switcheroo this morning, which is a bit unusual, because normally it's like, okay, Alex, you can do the morning, Nicholas, you can do the afternoon. But they actually did a proper switch around in the morning session. So they both got a chance at some dry running, whether that was to make sure that they had an equal amount of running in all conditions, maybe. But yeah, that's not something we see too often. So interesting technique from the Williams garage there. But yeah, Latifi didn't set a bad time, really. He's put himself P5 ahead of Norris. Although he wasn't off the tyres, but, minor detail.
we take the dubs. We take the wins.
Go Tiffy, confirmed.
Go Tiffy, absolutely. There's another shot of the McLaren from the rear this time. Some spray still very much being put up into the air, but there's not a huge amount of spray. You can see the track's not exactly, drenched. So I imagine, if the cars are going to circulate at quite a rate of knots and do quite a few laps, then the water will disperse pretty quickly, and they may even be able to try the when's the dry crossover, and then someone will end up in the wall. So let's see. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get lots of running today. I can't imagine there's going to be a huge amount of improvement at the top, as I say, with the grip being washed away by the water. But I mean, maybe the lower half could definitely improve.
Yeah, for sure. And as people are saying in the chat, yes, testing isn't fully representative
What?
of. I know.
Katie,
I hate to
what
burst
are
your
you
bubble,
telling me?
guys.
Are you what? No, it is. If
But
Ferrari are at top,
is not. Yeah, they're gonna win everything.
yeah.
But no, it's unfortunately not entirely representative. Don't take these times and go, this is going to be the championship order 100%, because there are many
Red Bull
different
at the top
things.
again.
Yeah. Oh gosh, imagine after all of this, the whole big reshuffle, and we get Mercedes, Red Bull 1-2. But yeah, there are many different variables that can be used in these tests, from fuel loads when drivers set their times to the different types of tires. Some, as people say, might be sandbagging, not wanting to show their true potential. They just want to get some steady laps and get that data. So
Get that data.
Get the data.
We love a bit of data here. We really do. Testing is literally qualifying, says Renault Twinko. No, it's not. It's probably the opposite.
I would be happy if I got a Vettel P3 in quali. I'm not going to lie. I'll take that any day of the week.
It is not qualifying. It is very much race simulations, if anything. But then even then, it's not race simulations. It's practice simulation. It's reining the cars back and just getting an understanding. As we've said over the first 2 days, it's very much the teams trying to get a hold of what on earth these cars are, how they behave in different conditions, how they behave with different setups, how they behave with different tyres, how they behave with different track conditions, weather conditions. There's so much to learn because, you think as one example, the Mercedes might have been incredible a few years ago, but then they came to, was it Austria, where it was far too hot, 2018? I don't know. You're testing my years now. But the one where basically they both just overheated and were horrendous. Like there's all kinds of testing that they want to do to be able to find out, right, which cooling package would work for which racetrack. Obviously, we're not getting changing conditions in the sense of like 40 degrees and then 0 degrees, but they can at least test the different cooling packages and see, right, okay, this is cooling it far too much, which then gives us more of a, bit more sort of leeway when we get to hotter tracks. There's so much that they need to learn, and I can't stress enough how little time 24 hours of running here over 3 days is, and that sounds crazy because they don't run for 24 hours. There's a lot of setup work, changes, putting aero rake testers aero rake sensors on the car, aero rake sensors on the car, and there's so many different run plans that it's not like 24 hours of running. Geez, they're going to know everything, because they're not.
Nuh-uh, not at all. I can see lots of people in the chat are asking about the buzzword of testing. Porpoising, and hearing what drivers are saying about it. So I have a few drivers and what they've been chatting about porpoising. If you don't know what porpoising is, you can check out a lovely video that Matt uploaded on the YouTube yesterday.
I did indeed.
All about it. Because you're a goat and you decided, after 8 hours,
you've got Goatifi, I'm a goat. Who is the greatest of all time? Me or Latifi? I need to see it in the chat. Sorry, carry on.
That's all right. So Bottas said it's not very comfortable if it happens, and visibly it gets very tricky, while Stroll adds it rattles your brain. It is not nice on the lower back. Yeah, you're not selling it to me, guys. But it is just part of understanding and learning of these ground effect cars, Stroll adds. Science also been having a say on it. I feel like we're doing progress, but you also need parts and understanding, and for that you need laps. In a couple of days it's hard to immediately combat it. And Albon has also added in, at circuits like Silverstone and Suzuka, when you do corners like 130R, it may be a bit more tricky. Just a bit more tricky. I mean, crikey, I wouldn't be wanting to go around any of those corners anywhere in an F1 car, let alone when it's moving up and down. So yes, that is what drivers have been saying about porpoising today. So it's not gone away overnight, and it will be interesting to see how much work teams can put in to see if they do resolve the issue for Bahrain testing, which is only in a couple of weeks' time.
Good stuff. I've just put up the poll of all.
Oh my goodness!
Of all polls. Who is
I've
the
got a
real
vote for
goat?
that one. I'll vote for
So
Nicholas.
thanks. I
Oh,
appreciate
Nicholas
it.
Latifi's winning at the moment.
Oh no. But he's got
Wah,
everyone.
wah.
He's known as Gotifi, so I'll accept the loss. I'll accept the L, because Nicholas, he is the goat of his own world, and he's actually winning the poll, 55%. I'm absolutely mortified, but it's fine.
He is the goat of his own world.
Back to the racetrack. Hamilton, Ricciardo, Perez, and Sainz are all out on track, with the first two having set times. Latifi has also set times in the Williams, though nothing to trouble his fifth best effort in the morning. Of course not. I mean, his fifth best effort was a 1 minute 20.699, and it's wet out there. Hamilton has set a 1 minute 43.286. Actually, no, to be fair, there's a faster. Let's start from 12th first. Ricciardo is P12 with a 1 minute 40.146 on the intermediate tyre. 18 laps completed. Carlos Sainz with a 1 minute 41.808 on the wet tyre, 5 laps completed. Hamilton, 1 minute 43.286 on the intermediates, 8 laps completed. And Sergio Perez, 1 minute 48.695 on the intermediate, 5 laps done. So, Nicholas Latifi is the true GOAT. That's understandable. Fine, whatever. I'm okay with it. But 38% believe I am, and I will take that to my grave. Okay, that's a lot of people. Okay, that's nearly 1,000 people that believe in me. That's fine. 2,000 can believe in Nicholas Latifi. Have you not watched me driving the F1 car really badly in the corners, but really fast on the straight? That's what I bring to the table. Anyway, 10,000 of you joining. Welcome, hello everybody, to afternoon F1 pre-season, non-pre-season. Shakedown, testing, day 3, afternoon. We've got 3 hours and 25 minutes remaining of testing, full stop, around Barcelona, and then we head to Bahrain in a couple of weeks, where it's all televised, it's all beautiful. Question, actually, I'm going to make another poll, because I need to get rid of the fact I've lost. Right, so there we go, that poll's gone. Would you like us to live stream like we did this week for Bahrain testing? Because obviously the whole point, I guess, for some of you is trying to find the information that you can't get anywhere else, but then some of you might just enjoy the waffle. So I'm going to pop that up there. Let's see what the percentages are. I have a percentage in my head. If it does, it's like a safe zone. It's like when you're on eBay, you set a reserve. I think if we hit that percentage in my head, we'll do it for all 3 days again. I don't know how you feel about that, Katie. I haven't even discussed it. But
do you know what? I'll just do whatever. I'll do what I'm told. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. That percentage is currently within my reserve, so that's good. It's good for people that do want it.
Wow. Yeah, 91% at the moment.
Yeah, that's
Jeepers.
fair enough. No, it is 10% that have said no. Fine, cool, whatever. Don't care.
Just gonna go and cry.
There's 10% that hate us. But yeah,
I've already been calling out people on the
question.
stream so far today.
Fair, good, do it. It's the last day. Yeah. Just be savage.
Yeah. Love it.
So
but yeah, already we've got people going to Inters. So clearly the full wets didn't last very long.
No, I mean,
because
Hamilton
and
picture
Perez
that we
are
can
on
see
Inters.
on the race live text updates, which you can find in the description below, I believe. I think it's still there, isn't it? Is that Hamilton in the pits? I assume we can use that picture, actually. Benji, get on the case, mate, if you can send that to me. Thank you very much. The track looks pretty dry already, and it's 37 minutes into the session. So, yeah, it's going to dry out very quickly. I've got a message back from Jack at the race. Latifi was the only comparable one, but his times only went as low as 1 minute 47s compared to 1 minute 20.6, which he did this morning, while Ricciardo was doing 1 minute 43s. If you want that comparison, Ricciardo now on Inters is still 19 seconds off what teammate Norris was able to do this morning. So Ricciardo has done a 1 minute 39.361, which is yet to update on the live timings, but you can't actually see down past 11th. Now it's actually updated just like that. Beautiful. So Ricciardo's done a 1 minute 39.361 on the intermediates. Hamilton a 1 minute 39.544 on the intermediates. Ricciardo 21 laps completed. Hamilton 11. Sainz and Perez yet to do a huge amount of laps so far this afternoon.
Are we able to nudge the timing one down a little bit, because it cuts off at Mazepin and we can't see the wet times that are being set at the moment? If everyone's okay with Russell and a few others being...
All right then.
Well, if you move it down enough, it might look like Leclerc's fastest.
Fair. Boom. All right, let's see. No, it goes to now 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th.
Okay.
Hold on, let me try this. Let me try and do it What's that done? What's that now? P6. Okay, I can go up to Latifi. Go Tifi, sorry. How about now? No, now it's Leclerc that's slightly cut off. Oh, come on, Matt. No, that's gone too far. Come on, we can do this. No, that's far too much, Matt. Come on, now. Nope, still not enough. There. Oh, yeah, perfect. There we go. P5 to P15, so you can see the wet tyre runners and what their times are. Great idea, Katie. We all know that the top 4 aren't going to change anytime soon. Once it's dried out, we'll go back to the top. But that's
sweep up again.
Beautiful stuff. It's when someone on the intermediates goes fastest and we go, huh? And then we realise that they've gone straight on at the final chicane. So good stuff. Thank you, Katie, says someone. You've heard of Belgian waffles, but what about Gallagher waffle, says Jacob. Interesting. Never heard that
made me
before.
laugh more than it should have done.
Yeah, it was just so weird. It was good.
It's been a long day.
Did you get a good rest in the morning, mate? I did. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. It was good to not speak about 50,000 words in a morning. So, yeah, all good. Thank you very much. Good morning from the United States. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for coming and joining us for this F1 testing update afternoon session, the final one in Barcelona before we then cry for 2 weeks that we've got absolutely no F1 content. But no, wait. You'll have a lot of F1 content on the WTF1 YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Thank you very much.
Ooh, nice little plug. Get us to 1 million before the Bahrain test.
1 milli.
That's your
please.
target.
Oh, God. Sorry? 1 milli before the Bahrain test?
I don't know how it works.
No, absolutely. That's not happening. Unless all of you come in clutch and subscribe right now 3 times.
Please, pretty please.
If you
create as many accounts.
Yeah. then yeah, that it might take a little bit longer than that, but we will see.
Yeah.
Good day from Chile, says Gabriel. Good day. Do you warm up your voice like singers do? No, I don't, Joskim. I wish I had such a process in place, but I do not. Alas, we just speak.
I'll tell you what I might have managed to do, Matt.
Yes, what?
I said to Tommy, because he's meant to do, and he's going to be watching this going, Katie, why are you mentioning this? He said that he might appear for like the last half an hour of testing and play a song on the guitar for us. I know.
Sorry.
And now I've said it on here. He has to do it.
I'm excited.
You nearly knocked your mic out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know how we're going to make that work with the graphic.
Well, forget the live timings. We'll just put Tommy in that box.
Perfect. But yeah,
Tommy's going to come on. So he's done that out of his own.
I kind of bullied him into it a little bit, but he said he would.
It has to be the F1 theme tune. Without a doubt.
For sure. He said he would be able to learn it.
Spider
or
or
the
anything.
chain.
Come on.
No,
the chain, absolutely not. That takes about 4 minutes to get into it. No, we need the current F1 theme. We don't want any boomer songs. I know the chain is the official, that is the one that we all grew up with in terms of our age. But also, the new F1 theme is, I think, where we need to be. Let's see what people are saying in the chat after that. Yes, Tommy.
See, if we get enough likes, Tommy will have to come on the stream.
Yeah.
I don't know how many likes we need to get to.
If Tommy was on this stream, he'd probably say 50,000 likes, but
well, he's not, so we make the rules.
3 likes. Oh, it's done. Tommy's doing it.
Thanks, Tommy.
So yeah, it's not a huge amount of updates going on at the moment. I'm going to keep an eye on. Oh, well, actually, we've got Williams have swapped drivers again.
Again?
We'll confirm, but when the car comes over the line, but it says that Albon's transponder has gone out. So I wonder if Williams have swapped again, just purely because there's a little bit of wet run. The track's a little bit slippery at the moment. Get both drivers a bit of running in these wet conditions, so they can get an idea of what it feels like. It's a good idea. Don't know how long it's taken for them to obviously swap things over, swap seats over, etc. But it's definitely a solid idea from the teams to get some wet running, especially when it's Albon and Latifi. They're not exactly massively experienced drivers in Formula One. So yeah, I'd say that's a good idea.
I think that's a cracking idea. We've got people. Yash Chowdhury in the chat says, please show the comparison of the spray from this year and last year. It helps with the aeroflow. So I might pop that in the chat and see if Benji can make us a sweet little graphic.
Ooh. Okay.
to see if we can get any comparisons.
Let's
so
see.
thank you, Yash, for your suggestion. And if you do want to see any images, then just let us know.
I have got comparison images for you right here from this morning. We've got the McLaren and the Red Bull. I'm not sure how many of these you showed this morning, but I think Benji said some of them didn't come up. But there is a side-on comparison between the McLaren and the Red Bull. Obviously, one on the C4 tyre, one on the C3. C4 for the McLaren, C3 for the Red Bull. And you can see the aggressive side pod still very much on that Red Bull. So they haven't really changed or gone for a different philosophy over these 3 days, have they really? They've kind of set in with this miraculous-looking side pod, whether you love it or you hate it. I'm not a massive fan of how it looks. Oh, triggered. But yeah, it's cool to see side-by-side comparisons like that. We've got, oops, that's not the one I want to change. That's your face. If I did that, your face would disappear. Right. Another one.
Maybe that's what people need.
There you go. Side pod comparison zoomed in there. And of course, you can see there's no real changes to, well, you can't actually change the halo itself. You can put little winglets around, which we've seen over the last few days. Haas going for quite extreme sort of 2005 McLaren-esque wings, like little winglet things, whatever you want to call them, above the driver's head. And it's an interesting design. But yeah, the side pod obviously still the big talking point for the teams and for media coming out of Barcelona. What else have we got? Oh, a rear end of the McLaren and the AlphaTauri. And in fact, what on earth is... So Benji is... Why is Ben... So we've got the McLaren and the AlphaTauri merged, and we've got the AlphaTauri and the McLaren merged. I'm not entirely sure why he's done that, but hey, it looks cool. He just swapped it, so that... interesting. Right, then we've got the side-by-side for the Williams and the Mercedes. So we've seen this with the Red Bull and the Mercedes, I think, but this is the Williams and the Mercedes, and you can see the air intakes on the Williams much larger on the left than the Mercedes on the right, a lot more compact for the Mercedes.
Yeah, I've just seen what you mean about Benji. The pictures only just come on my screen.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Huh?
What?
I'm sure he'll explain what he was trying to do there.
In an alternate reality, I'm like, what?
Yeah, so that's certainly something.
Yeah, people saying this is tripping them out. I'm not surprised.
It tripped me out, to be fair. But yeah, that side by side between the Williams and the Mercedes is quite cool. At first glance, you don't see a huge amount of difference, both with push rod suspensions. Yeah, well, hello. Technical analysis from me here. I think that's right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's right. It pushes against the rocker, therefore it goes up, pushes, and then if it's the other way, it pulls. Anyway, cool. Good stuff. Rear wing looks a bit more curved on the Mercedes, they'd have to say. Maybe a little bit more spoon-like than the Williams. But I mean, it's not a huge amount of notable differences. I mean, the air intake's probably the biggest one. There's also, I mean, this is where I'd have no idea what the name of this is, but between the wishbone, and you can see on the right-hand side for the Mercedes, there's just like this cylindrical object kind of attached to the nose, but just to the right, and I have no idea what that is, because on the Williams, it doesn't exist. So there you go. That is my technical...
to help divert the airflow?
Analysis.
I don't know, I'm just making this. Can you tell I'm not a very technical person?
Casey just whipped out the technical book. Right. Say one of these three things. It directs the airflow. It affects the tyres. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea.
If any of the race lot are watching,
no
they
idea.
might be able to give us some insight.
Maybe. We'll see.
But yeah.
There's been a minor tweak as well for Lewis's number. An old silver outline and a new yellow outline. Interesting. So we're getting that.
It's giving me Valentino
side-by-side.
Rossi vibes.
It is, yeah. If we can get that image in an overlay, it's a camera housing. Thank you, Luke. What we were just speaking about. So
thank you very much, Luke. I knew Luke would be able to find us a solution. Yeah.
Come in clutch. Right, what's going on at the moment out there?
What's going
out? What's going out? So that, yeah, confirmed that Williams did swap their two drivers. So Albon is taken over from Latifi, and he's on the intermediate tyre. So Williams wanted to give its drivers equal time. That's the kind of narrative that people are understanding in the various conditions we were due today, though it did only complete 26 laps this morning. Meanwhile, Sainz is back in the Ferrari garage after a 10-lap stint on the wets. So if you want to see the live text updates, which we are keeping you up to date with anyway, you can look for yourself. The link is in the description below. It's over on the-race.com. Williams have posted a video. See, let me turn that off because that is a Formula One noise. And oh yeah, there we go. Wow, an F1 car on track. Savage. They're not allowed to do that. Not allowed to show anything. Nothing. I'm surprised all cameras have not been sort of put into some sort of bowl and sealed away. Formula One, only people that can film. Which is very odd. I still don't really understand. I guess it's the live aspect that they don't want to show. I don't know. I don't understand. It's 2022. Give us coverage, man. How do we feel about no coverage, everybody? Have we kind of gotten over it, or are we still angry? 89% in the end were saying that you'd like to see a live stream when it's the actual coverage. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. It means you have enjoyed our waffle. Let me do a poll. God, what was I about to poll? I was about to poll something.
Have you missed about not having coverage or something?
Oh, yeah, that was it. It was coverage. I started thinking of two things. I was like, have you... are you still upset there?
Lots of big still angries
angry
in the
there's
chat.
been no coverage this week?
Angry, hate it.
Wow.
Still mad, very angry. Oh, gosh.
Okay, I've done the poll. That's a lot of angry.
A lot of mad, angry, boo.
I say no coverage. Obviously, there has been videos and F1 have put up stuff, but I mean, in terms of actual live TV stuff that you can watch. James says, I prefer this. There you go.
Oh, thanks, James.
Thanks, James. Mucho appreciated.
You. What a legend. Yeah.
So we're nearly an hour into the 4 hours that we have this afternoon. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount more of wet weather running. Oh, God, have we broken the race website from telling people to go and look at it? Potentially. Oh, no, it's back. We're all good.
Gosh, the people at the race watching this have just had a...
yeah. Sorry.
Their heart has just
it just wasn't loading for a second. I apologise. So the top four, if you've just joined, haven't seen anything of it, Russell 19.233, Verstappen 19.756, Vettel 19.824, and Leclerc 19.831, because I know you can't see that on screen. Russell's on the C5 tyre, Verstappen on the C3, Vettel on the C4, and Leclerc on the C3. Russell completing 66 laps this morning, Verstappen 59, Vettel 48, and Leclerc 44. So that just gives you the first four, because I know you can't see it on screen at the moment. And that's purely because they're doing wet weather running at the moment. And we are not going to see any blistering times just yet. And of course, some of the drivers that have made the swap and haven't set a lap time this morning are right at the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, lots of people asking for updates on Sergio Perez. He has been out on track today. He went out on some inters, but not sure if he's on the track at the moment.
So there's a lot of conversation around who should Haas hire if they have to replace Nikita Mazepin, which seems quite likely in my opinion, because if you're Raikkonen,
it's become a strong possibility. I'm not going to lie.
Because if you're Raikkonen, get stripped or whatever, and the sanctions that are imposed, then they won't be able to fund Haas, and therefore Mazepin's not bringing in any money. So the options, and you can read this entire article over on therace.com Formula One section, where it says who should Haas hire if it has to replace Mazepin. The options: Oscar Piastri, Nico Hulkenberg. There's just someone experienced. just anyone. Antonio Giovinazzi, Colton Herta, Robert Schwartzman, and then if you can't get Piastri, perhaps a Red Bull Junior. Callum Ilott, of course, he's over in doing IndyCar at the moment, isn't he? But
yeah, he is.
Yeah, I can't imagine
I
he'll.
quite like the idea of Fittipaldi.
Pietro
Imagine
Fittipaldi.
having Fittipaldi and Schumacher in a team. It would literally be nostalgia overload.
But
Be great.
I wonder though, like if obviously Haas will have to look for money. That at the end of the day, they need the finance and the resource to keep that team running. If Fittipaldi is able to bring that, then yeah, absolutely. But I think also if it's money that an experienced driver can bring, that also would help the team, I think, a lot as well. I don't think Nico Hulkenberg, from what I understand previously about rumours of him being offered a seat at, was it Williams or something, when he was, I can't remember if he was offered a seat at Williams before he left Formula One, and he basically turned it down because it wasn't enough money. I don't think Nico has that kind of perhaps motive to go to a bottom running team, and I can't imagine the paycheck's going to be particularly big either. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for Oscar Piastri, but then his ties with Alpine, that'll be difficult to potentially get around, because obviously Haas linked with Ferrari. Yeah, it's going to be a weird one, but I think they'll literally just take the highest bidder, in my opinion, just to keep that team afloat.
Yeah, one thing that I think has been quite a big downfall for Haas is the fact that last year they had 2 rookies in the team. Obviously, Magnussen and Grosjean both had such a wealth of F1 knowledge between them. And to go from having all that information, how the drivers can feed back to the engineers and those on the ground and say how the car is feeling, they're going to have years worth of experience, know exactly what to say, how to describe it. And yet bringing 2 rookies on, yes, they might have had the funding there, guys. Sorry, I was just reading somebody else's message.
I love it. You've just read thanks guys, haven't you? And then you just said that out loud.
Read Josh's message. But yeah, they might have the funding, but they don't have the experience that someone more experienced will have. So yeah, maybe a Hulkenberg would be good. People are saying Giovinazzi could be a good shout, as he's got the Ferrari ties. And obviously Haas have got a Ferrari power unit in the back of the car, so he could be a good shout. But yeah, I think having somebody like Magnussen back would be cool. I'd like to see Kevin back, because I thought he was a good laugh and a good driver.
Good laugh, good bants, good driver. Lovely stuff.
Sort bloke.
Welcome, everybody, if you are just joining for this Barcelona final afternoon around this circuit. We've got obviously still wet running, but there is noticeably less spray according to the Race Live text updates. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Everyone's switched to Inters now, and there's a lot less water being kicked up over the start-finish line. Albon and Sainz are currently setting the best pace of those on track. Let me get you a confirmation. Who is on track? Because I imagine there's more. There's more people that are out on track at the moment, so let's keep an eye out on that. But right now, the fastest time is Carlos Sainz at 1 minute 35.226 of the wet runners, of course. He was on the wet tyres and 16 laps completed. Sergio Perez at 1 minute 37.078. The intermediates, 12 laps completed. Daniel Ricciardo at 1 minute 38.474. Intermediates, 25 laps completed. And Hamilton, a 38.959. Intermediates, 17 laps completed. So I know a lot of people got triggered that we put slowest lap time in Hamilton yesterday. So funny. Imagine if we'd put it up again. Because he is the slowest driver again today.
Oh my gosh.
God, Team LH are just, honestly, they just really get so upset. It is quite funny though.
It's funny that he's at the bottom.
It's like, it is a story that Hamilton's slowest in testing. It's not a story if Mazepin's slowest in testing, because everyone will go, cool, all right, sweet. But apparently we have an agenda against him, but we're also British biased and love him. That's the beauty of the internet. The narrative that people put out is just, quite frankly, brilliant. And Twitter is unmatched for its just deludedness. It's brilliant. Right. What's going out on track? Anything happening? We've just spoken about the Haas and who should replace Mazepin, if that does
Lots
have
of
to
Matt
happen.
Gallagher to Haas in the chat. I've been seeing.
Look, talk to me.
You have driven an F1 car before.
Look, I reckon there's at least £5 that I can put towards the budget of the team.
Cough up.
So
yeah, that'd be fine.
More than happy to do that. Yeah.
Just doing your part, Take one for the team. If I have to drive an F1 car for a season, I'll do it. But yeah, it is a legitimate possibility that we might not see Mazepin in that car come the first race in Bahrain. So yes, we shall see. I'm trying to get some updates for people who are asking about Aston Martin, because it did end their sort of morning session ended quite savagely, because Vettel brought out a red flag with about 5 minutes left on the clock. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on down at Aston Martin, and if we have to get one of our guys on the ground to run down to the garage to have a look, we will try and do that for you.
Ask that question for us, Katie. That'll be good, and we can maybe get that insight. That'll be nice. A question that Gary Anderson.
You can tell it's the final day of
Gary Anderson, because it both starts with AN. So I was like, Gary Anderson. Gary Anderson has answered. Will the rain/wet conditions affect the downforce generated by the ground effect? And Gary has said, certainly, it could lead to an increase in this porpoising problem. When the track surface gets wet, it fills in the surface texture, making it more critical to aquaplaning. Similar to last year's tyres, these wet tyres are a bigger diameter than the slicks, so the car is raised slightly away from the track surface. However, even with that, and as we saw at Spa last year, heavy rain causes massive problems, and it's not just visibility. So yes, it does affect the cars to some degree. But I look forward to seeing some more videos. That Charles Leclerc one of him bouncing up and down the straight from yesterday is ridiculous. Right. That cannot be comfortable in the slightest.
No.
Oh, it looks... hold on 1 second. I believe my food is arriving, because Sophie's made me some lunch, because she's amazing. 1 sec.
Oh, wonderful. No problem. Okay, guys, lots of you asking, because on the timing graphic at the moment, as we wanted to show you the wet weather times, we have had to cut off the top 4. So if you're just tuning in this morning, George Russell set the fastest time, which was a 1 minute 19.
Hold on, I just need to show. I need to show what Sophie. Look at her. She's unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this. We're not sponsored by Pepsi, but what an amazing thing. Look, she's brought literally everything. Goodness gracious me. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Girlfriend of the year, right there. But yeah, so George Russell set the fastest time this morning. That was on the C5 compound. So, it's the softest tyre available to them. So that's why it was so quick. Then we have Max Verstappen in his Red Bull, which did a 1 minute 19.756, which was on the Compound 3 tyre. Sebastian Vettel did a lovely little lap to put himself third fastest of the day, 1 minute 19.824, which was on the C4 compound. And Charles Leclerc is in P4 in his Ferrari with another 1 minute 19.831, which was also on the C3 compound. So that's what the top 4 look like, although it is cut off at the moment. So yeah, that's the dealio. We're trying to get some updates on Aston Martin. I believe Lance Stroll is the guy that's meant to be out today for this afternoon session. Lots of people very jealous in the chat of Matt's lunch. I have to admit, I am probably one of them. So Matt's going to be having his lunch now. We've just had a conversation.
I will return very quickly. I'm sorry, Kate. I didn't mean to just leave you in the lurch.
Enjoy your lunch.
I'm just going to destroy this wrap. I'll be 3 minutes.
Take your sweet time. It's not a problem. So yeah, we're going to try and get an update for you on Aston Martin. But yeah, for the moment, it appears that the track is drying up. You can see from the lovely images we've got from XPB that the cars are doing wet weather testing at the moment. It hasn't rained in Barcelona. You might be tuning in and thinking, hang on a minute, the track's really wet. It wasn't wet an hour ago. But that is because during the lunch break, when everyone has been doing their press conferences and having their food, Pirelli sent some massive water trucks out onto the track and dunked a load of water on it to simulate some wet weather running for these brand new wet and intermediate tyres. So that's why you're seeing all of these images display with the wet weather running.
I'm going to stick something on the screen now that you can take a look at, Katie, the comparison between Spa 2021 spray and Barcelona. I assume that was supposed to be 2022, Benji, but you've called it 2021. That's not 20... Benji!
We're going back in time.
That's supposed to say
cool.
22.
The chat will understand. That's cool. So yes, that's the situation at the moment. A lot of people saying that Hurry up and take your time, Matt. Andrew DRS Williamson said, Katie, is there a massive difference between wet and dry running times? Well, yes, there has been quite significant differences, which is to be expected. But let me find you some of the times. So yeah, for example, the fastest time this morning, although this is a bit of a cheat because it is Russell on the softest compound in probably Mercedes has not got much fuel. He did a 1 minute 19.233, and the quickest wet lap we've had this morning was, let me have a gander and see if I can spot one. It looks like it might have been Carlos Sainz in his Ferrari, which was a 1 minute 35.226, but I'll double check that for you guys. But yeah, you can see that there is quite a significant chunk of time that is added when you're driving in the wet, which is to be expected. So Jack, who is on the ground, he actually sent us a message to say Latifi is sort of the only comparable one, but his times went as low as 1 minute 47 compared to 1 minute 20s this morning, because he is a driver that has been out this morning in the wet and the dry. Is Bottas on track? It's been asked. Let me get you an update. At the moment, actually, as of 5 minutes ago, the drivers on track were Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Lewis Hamilton. So I don't believe Bottas is out at the moment. Alfa Romeo have also been having a proper nightmare this week. I feel like it's the weekend. We've done enough work for it to feel like it's the weekend. Oh, that's helpful. So we've got an update from Aston Martin, which is that there is no update because apparently Aston aren't answering any media queries this week. So that is your update on Aston Martin. But we haven't got Stroll out on track. He is who I think is scheduled to be out running. Sebastian Vettel brought out a red flag at the end of the morning session for, I think, reportedly an engine issue. So Seb isn't going to be back out on track today. So yes, it likely should be Stroll, but it might just be that they are working on the car while limited running is being done, just to make sure that the Aston Martin is A-OK when it is time to get back out on the track. Let's have a look through some of your questions. When are going to be the Qatar test? Somebody asked. We don't have any testing going on in Qatar this year. We won't even have a race in Qatar this year. But we will be going to Bahrain for testing, and the dates of that are March the 10th to March the 12th. And in between there, on March the 11th, is Drive to Survive Day. So if you're a fan of Drive to Survive, Netflix Drive to Survive, let me know in the comments what you think of Drive to Survive. You can watch some Drive to Survive, and then you can flick over and watch some WTF1 videos, or if we're going to do this for Bahrain testing as well, you can join us for that too. That's going to be very exciting. People asking, when is Qatar? So yes, Qatar won't be on the calendar this year, but Formula One have signed a 10-year deal with Qatar starting from 2023. So that's going to be interesting, but I don't think it's going to be at the circuit that we were at last year. I think we might be getting a new circuit for Qatar, so that should be interesting. As I expected, Drive to Survive has split the chat. Drive to Survive is fake drama, one of you said, and then the next one is I absolutely love Drive to Survive. So it's a proper one that's split opinion. I feel definitely after last season, there were lots of instances of as people say, quotes being used from team radios that might have even been team radio from 2 years ago. Talking, for example, great example is, I think, Lando Norris with Sergio Perez. And they used that clip of Lando speaking about Sergio in not a very nice way. And they put it against a clip of Norris and Carlos on track together. So yes, that's just one example as well. There are many other examples. But at the same time, it's a nice little cheeky insight into sides of Formula One that we don't normally get to see. So it has its pros and it has its cons. Leslie saying in the chat, I can't wait for the Monza episode. That is true. That's going to be spicy. I mean, both Hamilton has appeared in Drive to Survive a bit more recently. He wasn't in the first season, but he's showed his face a bit more. But Max Verstappen has said straight up, he's not doing Drive to Survive anymore. He doesn't like it. He thinks it's too scripted, too fake. So we won't be getting sit-down interviews with Max like we do with other drivers. But I'm sure Drive to Survive will be mentioning the Hamilton-Verstappen battle that happened last year, because it was quite a big storyline, wasn't it, guys? What other things? Lots of people saying Drive to Survive sucks. It's a bit fake, but I still like it. Maybe when Matt gets back, we can create a poll. We'll see, because I don't know how to make a poll. That's far too technical for me. I can just about read the comments. So people asking me, where's my lunch? I actually had my lunch before the stream happened. I had it in the hour break I had. So that's a little dig at that. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, I've already had my lunch. So there'll be no need for me to step away. But I might go and make myself a cup of tea because I need some caffeine. Right, we have an update from Aston Martin for everybody that wants to get an update from that team. So they said the team has determined that it was an oil leak that caused Sebastian Vettel to stop on track shortly before lunch. The oil leak caused a small fire, but with the car now back in the garage, we are investigating where the issue came from. So there is your Aston Martin update.
Yes.
Yeah, we will see. Yes, we will see if Lance Stroll heads out on track later.
Whoop, whoop. Sorry, everybody.
That's okay. How was your lunch?
Yeah, it was great. I absolutely wolfed it down.
I hope you're not going to get indigestion for eating it too quickly.
Sorry, Mum. Yes, I'll try not to.
I just want to make sure if you need to lie down, have a rest.
Yeah, I'll just go have a lie down. Yeah, no worries. Just middle of the stream. I'll just...
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we've actually changed it now. So it says Barcelona 2022. Benji had forgotten that it was 2022, which just shows how busy we've been, that he hasn't been able to even enjoy the new year. But yeah, there you go. So that is the difference in spray, for those that were wondering. And you can see just how much more dense that moisture is off the back of Spa 2021. And look, we get a nice side-by-side comparison as well of the two different cars. And from that angle, it doesn't look that different. I mean, there was obviously major changes, but in terms of like that, I think a lot of people coming into this probably maybe thought that the cars were going to look even more extreme and revolutionary. But I mean, I am much more of a fan of the of 2022 to 2021. I think that they are
seeing it in these shots, it does
slick,
look
aggressive.
nice.
It just looks like they mean business, and yeah, I can't get over the fact that last year's cars now look so boxy, and Tommy calls them like scaffolding, in the sense of a lot of pointy edges, whereas this one's a lot more flowing with the 2022 car. I love it. I'm actually going to do a poll right now, chat, and I want you to get involved with it, which is 86% actually were still angry, so that's good to know. This one is about the cars, so. Which do you prefer? 2021? 2022? Which car?
Matt, while you're doing that, I'm going to go and make myself a cup of
What?
tea.
You're going to go have a break? What the hell? Yeah, no worries. All good. I'm kidding.
And I don't have to go very far because I'm actually filming in my kitchen. So I just have to go just behind this.
If anything happens, we'll shout.
I'll keep my headphones in. So yell and I'll run back.
It's okay. Well, I can hold the ship. It's okay. I'll keep you up to date with what has been saying on the race as well. So we've had an hour 5 update. So 5 teams have attempted wet running after trucks soaked the track artificially. There has not been any natural rain so far this afternoon. It was all planned to wet the track to give the teams a little bit of wet running. There's been limited laps with full wets before Inters became the tyre of choice. Sainz has been the fastest of those on track, and Williams gave both Latifi and Albon running in the first hour since the lunch break. There's also been clarification about the oil leak, which caused Vettel's stop. So Aston Martin, which is yet to hit the track this afternoon, has given an update on Twitter. So yeah, an oil leak which stopped Sebastian Vettel, as I think Katie was saying about this, the small fire. So we will see if Vettel manages to get back out on track at any point today. And yeah, let's see what people... Yeah, 85% of you think the 2022 car looks better. That's a big percentage, especially on something as as splitting as what do you prefer, this or this? And I don't think many people thought the 21 cars looked bad. So yeah, I've just seen Perez quicker, Matt, in the chat, and indeed, at the moment on the live timing, Perez has set the fastest wet weather time of a 34.691. Then it's Sainz 35.226, Hamilton 38.148, Ricciardo 38.474, and Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo probably had the worst run so far, it has to be said, through testing in terms of mileage and in terms of problems as well, at least problems that we can see in terms of lack of running and whatnot. Porpoising obviously been the big talking point for a lot of cars, the bouncing up and down when in the changes of downforce, and it just looks incredibly uncomfortable for the drivers as well. But Alfa Romeo not had the greatest of starts, which would maybe suggest that this is going to be a bit more of a difficult season for them. Of course, they have Bottas, incredibly experienced, has just come from Mercedes, to lend a hand in trying to push this Alfa Romeo team forward. But on the flip side, we have Guan Yu Zhou, completely new, fresh face, have no idea really how good he's going to be. So not only on the performance front, but also in developing the car, because you could be a fast driver, but if you're not giving the feedback and not able to sort of put into words what's happening with the car so that the team can understand and help you develop it, then a team won't move forward. So, a lot of people think, it's always the fastest driver that wins, but it's also the commitment to pushing and developing the car and working together as a team. It's not just about the talent. It's about sitting there till midnight after a practice session or after testing and going through all the data. You don't just leave the team to do that. The drivers are very much an integral part in making the upgrades work and the team to continue, pushing forward with performance. There's been a Haas update. So they have said work on the car is progressing and should be ready to return to the track shortly. Mick Schumacher is back in the seat for the final session in Barcelona. So yeah, obviously Haas have a lot of things on their mind at the moment in terms of everything going on, as we all know. And yeah, they've also been doing a bit of work on the car to try and get a bit more mileage. Right now, Haas have, done 9 laps. 9 laps today. That is quite a shocking amount of mileage. Okay, when is the Bahrain test? It's in a couple of weeks, Lil Jim. Not just about the minerals. I assume that is touching on what I usually say. If that is, I love that Tanit. When is the next test? I think I've covered that. McLaren side pod photos. I will whack up another image. That's not the one. That is the old. That's the back. There's a lot of McLaren shots. That's slightly less of the back. That's of the front. That's probably the most side poddy McLaren shot you're going to get at the moment. I'm going to ask if we can get some more images, actually. Any more images to send? We've got a lovely spray image from Luke at the race. Here's some spray pics inverted so you can see how it moves better. Ooh, that is very cool. If I will get Benji on the case for that, because that is very cool. I like that shot a lot. You can see the way in which the spray interacts with it with the car as it goes over the track. So I will get that sorted for you as soon as possible, because that is a very cool image.
Hello, I have returned with my Star Wars mug I've got at the moment.
Ooh,
it's one of those really cool ones that when you
don't
put
have a
water
mug from the WTF1 shop.
They're all in the wash, I'm afraid, mate.
All of
no,
them.
I have a Star Wars.
Is that the one where it's thermal and it does like
the
a lightsaber?
Lightsabers. Yeah, the lightsabers show up. I mean, I'm very easily amused. I'm clearly quite a simple person. But
No. I think we need to make one where it does the 5 red lights.
That's actually really clever, Matt. You shouldn't have said that out loud, because that's going to get stolen.
Copyright.
Get Ollie on the case.
Copyright, quick. I've had a great idea. I'm sure Ollie's probably listening if he is. Hello, Ollie.
Yeah,
And
Ollie.
also,
Ollie,
make it
happen.
now.
No.
That's a banging idea. I don't even know how you make those mugs, but I'm sure we could figure it out. I'm sure, chat, would you like that? Come on, talk to me. That is quite a cool idea, isn't it?
That's the best idea I've ever heard. We should go on Dragon's Den. If Ollie can't make it, we'll go on that.
Yeah. Hi there.
Idea.
I've had an idea about a mug. The idea works. It's just that it's 5 red lights. Katie not drinking from a WTF1 mug is a crime in itself, says Jigmin.
I can go and get one.
Agree.
I can switch it round.
Katie won Kenobi. Oh yes, I'd buy 100, says Tanya.
Okay, we're definitely doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of yeses. We need to message Ollie right now. Can you message Ollie and tell him to go and make it right now? There's a lot of yeses coming in because that would be a banging mug. I want one right now, actually. Oh, unbelievable! You look, we're working together here. You said about Star Wars, and I was like, boom, idea. Let's get it up on the shop. There are lots of other things on the WTF1 shop. Shop.wtf1.com if you want to check it out. I haven't actually been sent.
We've got some offers on there at the moment as well. So if you want some
for some limited stock and whatnot, so feel free to go check it out. There's a link in the description, I believe. Is there still a link in the description? I think so. But yeah, shop.wtf1.com if you want to go and check out any of the mugs that we do sell and whatnot. But I feel like we've just come up with the greatest idea ever. Get my words out, that'll be good. Right, back to testing. Hamilton's new number outline is something that's been spoken about. Hopefully we'll get an image of that as well when Benji sends me some. God, is Benji on the case for us? Is this what's happening today? Is Benji the one sending us
I don't know.
pictures,
I can make some. I've got the
okay, if you can, that'd be great because Benji started sending me loads of images and giving me false hope that he was going to be there for me like the whole time, and then he's just disappeared. Benji, don't disappear, okay? You're not.
Which images do you want, mate?
And then the inverted thing that we see in the Slack channel of the wet, the wet, how the spray moves with the car, and also the actually no, ignore that. Benji's made an inverted one for Spa 2021 and Barcelona 2022. So the thing we did look at, but inverted. So let me show you this first. That's very cool. Thank you, Benji. Much appreciated. Look at that. That's quite cool, isn't it, chat? You can just see the way in which the spray is moving, and also the density of the spray as well via the colour. So yeah, that is quite a cool image, and yeah, big fan of that. Has anything
Benji
else?
Lewis in the chat ratio.
Benji in the chat saying ratio.
Go away, Benji.
Unbelievable.
Take you and your rubbish memes and go
Twitter
away.
Has didn't ask plus don't care plus ratio plus you fell off plus you mudded. So there you go.
Nice.
You've been out ratioed, Benji.
Yeah. Boom.
Can you please give a summary of what has happened till now, says Yash Ivard Han. Katie, you have 60 seconds. Wait, time it. Here we go.
You actually going to time me?
60 seconds.
Okay.
Go.
1 minute and counting. Now, okay. So we've had 5 red flags this morning. The first was for Fernando Alonso. He had a hydraulics issue, which caused the back of his car to catch on fire. So he had loads of fire extinguishers over it. And he and Alpine are no longer running for the rest of the day. Second red flag we had was for Pierre Gasly, who managed to nerf his AlphaTauri into the wall at slow speeds, but he damaged the front wing. So that had to be recovered and brought back. We then had 2 consecutive red flags for Guan Yu Zhou, who managed to just basically beach his car in the gravel whilst on some quick laps. And then we had a 5th red flag for Sebastian Vettel, who also had an issue with his car, which Aston Martin have just updated us about and said that it was a problem with oil leak. Nikita Mazepin has also been suffering from an oil leak in his Haas, which has limited his running for the day. Also, talking of Haas, the Haas livery is running a white design, plain white design at the moment, because they have removed the Uralkali logos overnight. I wasn't too bad.
I was holding up, I don't know if you saw, but I was holding up my watch so that people can see the timer.
Oh, I'm glad I couldn't see that, because that would have stressed me out. That was a quick roundup. I hope I did it justice.
Yeah, good stuff.
I'm going to have a sip of my tea now. I've earned it.
Yeah, well done. I don't know if that even covered it all. Did it cover it all? Not sure, but well done. Well done all the same. Here is Benji with some more.
I'm just watching back and you on the camera like, here's my watch.
Right. Oh, look at that. That is such a cool image of the Williams. And you can see that the flick on the inside is that's crazy. The airflow there, that's mad. That is such a cool image. When you invert the colours, that is so cool. I can't get over that. I mean, I wish I had the aerodynamic understanding to know exactly what was going on, but you can see the Formula One car fully at work of dispersing that water and, giving you an indication as well of the airflow, which is that is awesome. That is so cool. So there you go. A lot of people are saying, well done, Katie. Let's go, Katie. Nice job, Katie. Rap God, Katie. There you go. That's pretty.
It's coming Eminem.
Who's the top one of the sheets? George Russell. But we have wet running, or at least slippery running at the moment, so there's no point showing the top four. So we've got, in first place, George Russell, a 19.233. C5 tyre, 66 laps completed. Verstappen, 1 minute 19.756. C3 tyre, 59 laps completed. Vettel, Aston Martin, 1 minute 19.824. C4 tyre, 48 laps completed. And Charles Leclerc, 1 minute 19.831. C3 tyre, 44 laps completed. Blessed.
Blessed.
Indeed. So there you go. That's a cool inverted image for you. There's a picture of a Mercedes ahead of a Ferrari, and I'm not a fan of that. Don't like that image at all. I'm joking. It is a cool image.
Deleted from your memory.
It's very cool. It's very cool. So there you go. We will keep you in the loop for the next 2.5 hours, just over. Is the track still wet? I think this gives you a good idea that not really. I think we will start to see dry tyres very soon. Actually, you can see how much Hamilton has worn down that front left tyre. You can see on the inside wall there, it is pretty worn. So he's been doing a fair few laps, and the front left tyre has been taking quite the beating, as you would imagine. If you think of, for example, turn 3 as a great example, that long right-hander, that will really attack that front left tyre for tyre temperature, and therefore, you will lose a lot of grip because the tyre will wear away quicker. So there you go. That's a cool image, and you can see Charles Leclerc behind. No, sorry, Carlos Sainz behind.
People are saying it's the Ferraris lapping the Mercedes. That's what's
nice.
Going on there.
Like that a lot. Yeah, that's Carlos Sainz. He's done 31 laps, as you can see on screen on the timings. That's a hefty amount. Hamilton's done 34. So that's a good start to his afternoon session. 26 laps for Ricciardo, 24 laps for Perez, 8 laps for Bottas. So maybe the struggles of Alfa Romeo continue again. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, lots of people asking about Gasly. Yes, so we might have some images if they have been created. We can pop up on screen. But yes, Gasly had a crash, I guess you could call it. More just like an off. It wasn't a serious high-speed thing or anything. He just went off the track and managed to biff up his front wing, which I'm sure he's probably not going to be too... Biff up. He's not going to be too happy about it.
That's the technical term for it, yeah.
It is. Can you tell I'm a technical expert?
We all are here at WTF1. We really are.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the new FIA technical delegate. You heard it here first.
Just keeping an eye out on what... who is out on track at the moment? I'm going to ask the question to the race. Our colleagues on the ground in Barcelona.
Woohoo! I love how people are beginning to trying to trigger you in the chat, Max.
What are they doing?
In the chat, Matt, even.
Who's
because
Max?
People are saying, I saw the word Max. I keep doing it. I keep reading the chat and I keep saying what I'm saying.
You are the
I
literal.
really shouldn't be looking.
You are literally the human, real life sort of entity of Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy, I know, isn't it bad? But people saying red flag, Charles Leclerc's in the wall, but it's not true. If it happened, we'd be one of the first to know. So.
Have we got any images of Haas recently that people can see? Because people want to see that.
There won't be any this morning. Or there'll only be ones from this morning because they haven't
running
been out
at the
so
moment.
far.
Yeah, they have said they would like to be out pretty soon though, with Mick Schumacher. Bottas is sandbagging, says Brendan. I don't think so. Somehow, Verstappen P2 ? Verstappen is P2 ? a 19.756, half a second back from George Russell, who did his time on the C5. The C5 tyre.
Yeah, so everybody's saying Leclerc's caused a red flag. He's not even on track at the moment, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Don't forget, we have
signs
people
in the
ground. Yeah, and he's not. The Ferrari isn't even on track at the moment. We've got Albon, Bottas, Hamilton, and Ricciardo on track at the
Leclerc's
moment.
done his running for today. This is Sainz's turn. He's not going back in.
I love it. People really just are properly baiting in the chat. Mazepin has been blue flagged. Would be amazing if he was even on track, guys. Come on.
I was enjoying. I don't think you were actually. I think it was when it was me and Tommy maybe yesterday, and people were saying Rosberg was in the wall. So
yeah, I was watching along. I saw that.
I love how people just bring up the pineapple on pizza debate. You just look at the chat and you're like, oh, pizza, pineapple, absolutely. Wonder if we've got a different kettle of fish in terms of people watching today, that maybe pineapple would win the fight, but I don't think it would. It lost quite comprehensively. 84% of you prefer the 2022 car. 10,000 of you have voted. That is quite a substantial amount of people. Matt, what's your championship order predictions? Shane, that is going to be something that we are going to get our head around before the start of the season for sure. I want to do something with Tommy and Katie where we literally predict the entire championship order and see if we get any right by the end of the season, both for teams and drivers.
Do that.
And then maybe even predict every single race result. Just sit there.
Well, you can just about do predictions when it's like the race is happening next week and we're like, oh, predictions.
But can you imagine if like we did that and then one race you had predicted the entire race result? Like that would have been that would change the world.
I would quit WTF1 and start playing the lottery if that happened.
Yeah, just do 1,000 lottery tickets, then maybe one of them will be right.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Red
it's
flag
2:30
for pineapple.
No, green flag for pineapple.
God, stop it. This is so funny.
Schumacher on pole in Monaco 2012, Matty. Why are you bringing that up, Joshua?
Oh, that is savage, whoever did that. Oh, God.
Okay, he didn't.
Matt's going to go and cry now. He's going to have a timeout.
Why would you do that to me? That's so horrible.
That's true. I was just thinking, actually, that means at one point, both of our favourite drivers were in a team together.
And your driver beat my driver, and that makes me very unhappy.
That's surely not why I just brought it up.
But sure, whatever. Yeah. We got some more images from Benji. We've got a Mercedes and a Red Bull. We've got another inverted pick, which I very much like. Thank you, Benji. Still ratio, though. So there we go. Is that the picture we're going to see this year, chat? Will it be Mercedes and Red Bull at the front once again, fighting it out for the championship, or will we see a rogue Ferrari, a rogue McLaren, a rogue Alpha Tauri, a rogue, I don't know, Haas? We will see. But a rogue Alpine, a rogue Aston Martin, or will it be these two? I want to know. I want you to let me know your opinions.
I'm not going to be seeing Haas anymore today. They've tweeted and said, unfortunately, the repair work is going to take several more hours. So, unfortunately, we will not be back on track today. So, that is no testing opportunity this afternoon for Mick Schumacher.
Wow, that went from, yes, we'll be out soon to, oh, no, we're not going to be out for the rest of the day.
Oops.
Goodness.
So, that's Alpine and Haas that have both fallen victim to not being able to do any more driving for the rest of the day, which is a great shame. Because we want to see as many cars out on the track as possible.
We do indeed.
I'm wondering if Benji is able to find any pictures of the Haas when it was on track this morning, or maybe leave in the garage, just so everyone can see what it looks like without the Uralkali branding.
So the beauty about Benji sending me these pictures is that he actually names them. Whereas Tommy just spams letters and then just thinks I'm going to know what each picture is, which is quite funny. Have I been sent a Haas, McLaren, Williams, Gasly, water tank? Oh, we've got a picture of the water tankers. I haven't shown that yet.
Ooh,
that was
very exciting. That's the battle I actually want to watch. Who's going to win out of the out of the water tankers? That's what we're all here for.
So that's the water tankers there. Got the Alonso fire as well. That's an image.
That's an image. I think that must be one of the best images we've seen in a long time. There's Very cool. Huge. Well done to XPB for their incredible photographers for being on the scenes so quickly with all of these things.
He's like a phoenix from the ashes, isn't he, Fernando Alonso, in that picture? There's a plume of smoke coming out the cockpit, and he's just unfazed. He's just like, El Plan. This is all part of it. No problem.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Benji can get his meme up again, because, or we did put it on Twitter actually.
Get his meme up.
Because that really was not the Ricardo helmet one. I never want to see that again, Benji. But the one you made, the one you made earlier, where he's in a McDonald's. I'm sorry, Benji. I love you, really.
We do love you, really.
Lots of people in the chat saying, "Who is Benji?" Benji is our video editor.
Benji is, one of our video editors, and he is part of WTF1. He's a big Formula One fan, and he edits a lot of the videos that you see go up on the channel. So big love to Benji. Otherwise, we'll have less content going out there. So there you have it. There you have it.
There you have it.
There you have it. Why you should like Benji as our video editor. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you like Benji? Let us know in the comment section below.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, I was just doing the outro.
I feel like I'm in some sort of parallel universe.
5 reasons why you should like Benji as our video editor.
Number 1, he occasionally makes good memes.
Number 2,
people are asking for a Benji face reveal. This is amazing. I'm
joking.
I've just realised what you said. Look at all Benji. I hope you're reading the chat.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Benji love in the comments.
Love.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
There's a lot of Benji love.
Love you, Benji. Benji's the goat.
People spelling Benji right as well. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Benji washed. There you go. That's Josh Taylor.
Oh, no.
Josh Taylor is my burner account.
Yeah.
Benji ratio. Replace Matt with Benji. All right, Vicky, calm yourself down. All right.
Yeah. Oh, this is so sweet. All this love for Benji. Benji, you'll have to go back and read this, mate.
Yeah, I bet he's crying right now. He's like, oh, this is amazing. This is the best day of my life.
Oh, and some more Benji washed.
More Benji washed. Okay, fair. Right, let's get a few more images that he has sent over to me. One is a bit of spying done by the Red Bull mechanics there on the Aston Martin. That's quite a cool image, to be fair. Wow, there's a lot of love for Benji.
There is, Benji. I really hope you are reading these comments, mate, because rightfully so. There's a lot of love for Benji.
Retro Tech says, Matt, fix the timing list. It shows 5 to 15. Well, that's because Retro, that they're not doing dry running at the moment because they've wet the track, and therefore I'm showing the bottom of the leaderboard because that's where we're going to see the most updates. We're not going to see any updates to the top 4 anytime soon. So there you go. That's the thinking, and that was purely down to Katie. So good shout out to Katie there. And there's still Benji love coming in. And has Benji messaged to say he's crying? No, he hasn't. I think he is too busy weeping at this love. So fix the timing table. No, that is the timing table. That's the beauty. We're not going to see a change in the top 4. I'll give you a little update from time to time of who improves and who's at the top. But in fact, Ricardo's 16th, so I should have scrolled it down a little bit more, but I don't really want to because I know that I might go too far and then it's ruined. Anyway, we move.
Ricardo's
I don't want to make it any
washed.
smaller either. I don't want to make it any smaller because then you won't be able to read it. So I'm thinking of you guys. I'm always thinking of you guys. Let's keep you up to date with what's going on. Right, hold on. Lewis Hamilton has gone out on a set of C4s.
Ooh.
And it looks as though we're pretty close, if not
Here we
already,
go, lads.
at the crossover point. So we may have to scroll up to the top of the timesheets again. We'll have to keep an eye. So yes, the first experimental slick run, thanks to the race live text updates. There will be a link in the description if you want to follow it for yourself, but we are keeping an eye on all of that.
Science has gone out on the C4s and has managed to pop it up to 11th. As well as Hamilton, who's also gone into the slicks. So
11th for Sainz.
There we go. Yeah. The wet running timing is done.
So Sainz has done a 24.476. That isn't on the intermediate tyres, I imagine. That's his on a set of C4s. So it's definitely time for slicks, which means it's time to scroll up.
It's time to face the music.
Boom. There you go. We fixed it now because Sainz has officially entered the top 11, and that means it is scroll up territory. So there you go. There is the top 11. I will let you know who is below that as the day progresses. Benji has said, "Thank you for the love. Can confirmed. Am washed. Can confirm I'm washed." So, yeah, apparently it's really dry on XPB at the moment. Maybe they are repositioning. There's another image actually of the Haas that I know some people wanted to see. There you go. Of course, they aren't running. They aren't running at the moment, and they won't be for the rest of the day. So that is actually their test completely done and dusted at Barcelona.
9 laps on day 3. that is a big yikes moment.
That is a big shocker. So they had a bad day 1, good day for yesterday, and then shocker again for today. So Haas, unfortunately, need to do a lot of learning, a lot of scratching of their heads as to what's gone on, because you need all the laps you can get in this day and age. You've got 3 days left to test in Bahrain in a couple of weeks' time. And then it's it. Then we're here. Then we've arrived, Katie, back into the season once again. Can you believe it?
It's gone quick, hasn't it? Well, it's because we had no blinking winter break. Blink and you missed it and it was done. And most of the winter break was spent talking about Abu Dhabi. So it felt like there was no real proper rest. But yeah, there is I feel bad actually. There's somebody in the chat. Where is it? Marco. He said, "Is Mick out there yet?" Marco, I'm really sorry to break the news to you, mate, but Mick isn't going out today. He's not going out because Haas have got an issue with the car. Yeah. It's going to take longer than they thought to fix. So I'm really sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but don't go just because Mick's not out on track. Please stay. Join the WTF1 family and
please stay.
We've got Tom Bellingham, who will be doing a guitar solo at the end of the day. I'm not letting that slip, by the way. It's going to happen.
Just for those also that are afraid that we have a Hamilton agenda, I know that he's not in the top 11 and we're not showing it, but that's because I know, I'm sorry. I just wanted to just clarify everybody that this isn't the case. There's nothing against him. It's just the top 11 for now because there's dry running. Hamilton currently slowest of the lot with a 1 minute 34.314 on the intermediate tyre, but he is out there on the C4 tyre. For an experimental slick run. I imagine he's come straight back into the pits if he hasn't set a better lap time, but we wait to see if he does. And then Perez is 15th, so Red Bull Mercedes absolutely washed once again, 15th and 16th. Can't believe it.
Oh dear.
Good bants. Only joking, everybody.
No,
only poking fun at Twitter. As always.
Somebody said, "Mick not going out is not fair, man."
It's not.
I do enjoy the fair man jokes. After revealing that on the stream yesterday, that everybody can make fun of my surname, I'm enjoying seeing everybody's replies about it.
Oh dear. Other things. Do we think part of the reason Haas aren't running is because of financials?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think this money is very much allocated, especially if they're already there. Like, there's not like, oh no, we've run out of fuel and we can't pay for it anymore. I think genuinely they've probably got an issue there. British bias confirmed. WTF1 bias towards Charles Leclerc, who is secretly British, says Gaming Noah. That's a good one. I like that. I like that comment a lot. Mug suggestion, Frank with Tommy playing lead guitar in the background.
Ooh. Frank can just bark along to the background.
Gasly after crashing. It's not fair, man.
I like it. It's funny.
Oh, dear. So, yeah, actually, that's a very good point. Right now, Mercedes are bookending this day 3 time. First and last. Red Bull, second and second last. I think there's a...
Yeah.
Look, it's not going to last for long because Hamilton's going to probably bang in a good lap time, but I find that very funny. Very interesting right now.
Indeed.
Let's
see what other questions have people got, because there's plenty to talk about. We've got cars on track. The dry running has started again, but have anybody got any question? Are they running with aero rigs? We can have a look on XPB and see if they're currently running with some aero rigs, but for the moment, I haven't seen many aero rigs being used.
We got a couple of wet shots still, but no new pictures with dry tyres just yet. But Benji is on the case for when they happen. So there's a few more. Another Williams shot there on the Inters. We've got
Lovely,
the
yes,
Ferrari as well, looking glorious and looking like they're very much on a bone-dry track on wet tyres there. But I can't imagine they would have been on wet tyres if there wasn't a substantial amount of water. But of course, the teams wouldn't have been making any sort of risks by going out if it wasn't at least completely dry when they go on the dry tyres. That's a lovely shot there of the Ferrari.
Oh, we've got some hot takes in the chat.
Hot
Mika
takes.
has said, Verstappen will not finish top 3 this year. I'm calling it. Ooh.
And then gave 1,000 exclamation marks.
Yeah, you
So
found
Mika
it in the chat
really
because it
feels
stands
passionate
out.
about this.
Yeah, that's a bold claim. In fact, while we're waiting for a few more drivers to get out on the track, send us your spicy takes for the 2022 season and we'll read out some of them. I love a spicy take. Makes me happy.
You
I
love
really do.
You love a spicy
I
take.
love it. I'm so
Tommy loves a
enthusiastic.
headline. Tommy's
does.
all about the
You just love
headlines.
Charles Leclerc.
He really is. I'm just here. I'm just
That's
happy. I'm just happy that Charles Leclerc's in a car. That's it. That's all I'm here for.
Aw.
I want him to win, please. He has to win. Gary Anderson has been answering another question over on the Race Live Text Update. The question was, are we likely to see a lot of front lockups in races with aero load dropping off and understeer in slow speed corners, along with how stiff the cars need to run? Will front locking be a much bigger issue? And Gary has said, I don't think it will be a bigger issue, but it won't go away. From my trackside visits, I haven't really seen too many lockups. The porpoising issue is more a very low ride height thing on the straights. Once on the brakes, the rear ride height increases very quickly, so the potential problem goes away very quickly. So yeah, porpoising very much the talking point.
It is. It's been the buzzword of the test so far.
Porpoising.
Porpoise. I saw somebody had looked up the Google searches for porpoising had been flat, massive spike when testing happened.
Is it?
Everyone's looking like, what the hell is porpoising mean?
That's amazing.
So that was really good. Right, some of your bold predictions.
Yeah, come on, hit us.
While we
Hit
wait
us
for
with some.
We have got, let's have a look. FHG88, Sebastian Vettel, world champion. That's a big one. Oh dear, there's a difficult one for you here, Matt. David, I think that's how it's pronounced. Leclerc will lose the championship on the final race. Oh, I hope not.
Get out of this chat right
Matt
now.
Will be unavailable for the whole off
Well,
season
I mean,
if that happens.
I was emotionally unavailable for a good 6 months after Charles Leclerc had his engine problem when winning Bahrain, when I was there in the grandstands, absolutely buzzing. I even said stupid tweets like, oh, I'm really bored of Charles Leclerc dominated races. Like it's like first race that he was winning and he was going to win his first ever race and I was going to be there. And then he had a problem. So can you tell I'm still not emotionally over it? And
yeah, I
it's
mean,
all
we had
my
the same
fault.
thing in Silverstone last year. Just
Don't
going to add that in there.
Bring it up.
I think it's you, Matt.
I was
you.
convinced he was going to win then as well. I should have seen 2 Charles Leclerc victories in person, and I have seen 0.
You're never getting invited to a race again.
I mean, yeah.
Charles Leclerc will blacklist you from attending any races.
I wouldn't blame him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Timo says Gasly will move to McLaren after this season. Aaron has said Sainz will win in Bahrain and Yuki will get on the podium this year. Interesting. Julian says Russell and Hamilton will crash with each other this year. I mean, maybe. They're both.
That would be spice.
That would be spicy. That would be. Norris versus Sainz for the World Championship is another one. Russell to win the title, Ash says. Not, and oh my goodness, this is a challenging word for me to say. Sosig, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. But they have said Hamilton not to win a race this season. Yikes, that would be intense. Andretti Racing will buy out Haas. Vettel to win the Singapore Grand Prix from Sam Bennett. That's a very precise one, but
from Sam Bennett. Was he going to finish P2? Who's Sam Bennett? Is he a new F1 driver?
No, sorry, that's who it said it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
the way you said it. Sebastian Vettel will win the Singapore Grand Prix from Sam Bennett. It'll be a great race between the two of them.
I said earlier, I was like, now let's have a look which drivers are on track. Jack Cousins, because that's who is writing in the chat. And Tommy was like, who's Jack Cousins? Is he a new driver? It's just the way I worded it didn't make much sense.
There's a lot of spicy takes. Everyone's loving the
There are
spicy take
lots.
round. Well
Yeah,
done,
I'm
Katie. It's
enjoying it.
Great idea. What's your spicy take for the year?
Mine?
Straight on the spot. Come on. What comes to mind?
Alpine will finish the constructors in 8th. Is that spicy? 8th, 9th?
That is the most chicken korma response I have ever heard in my entire life. That is
I've been put on the spot. Okay, what about yours then?
I love it. Alpine will finish 8th in the constructors, thinking that had any
hold on. Let me
element
think of a really good one.
of spice at all. Yeah, let me
Stroll will get on the podium. Is that spicy?
No, that's not spicy. Spicy is usually like a crash or
Yeah, but
someone
if I
doing
say
terrible.
something, then people will be like, well, Katie doesn't know what she's talking about. If I come up with a completely
the
mad
whole point
one.
of a spicy
Okay,
take.
Yuki Tsunoda will win a race.
Blimmin' hell, we went straight to
Well,
McLaren.
don't say that after I've just gone, that's really bland. And then I say something and you go, oh my God.
We went to like a ghost chili or whatever they're called. Like you've gone straight to like a million Scoville straight away. Okay, Yuki Tsunoda will win a race. Tommy's fallen off his chair. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Tommy's not okay. What's yours then?
I'm
putting you on the spot.
I want to know your basis for why you said Yuki Tsunoda win a race. What?
I've looked at his name. His name was in front of me.
Wow, is that
I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Okay,
I'll just say that.
What's my spicy take? Gonna keep that one processing in my brain for a few seconds whilst I let you know that the lap times are coming down. Sainz has just brought his stint on the C4s to an end, but we've seen Ricciardo and now Hamilton out on slicks too. Hamilton's just improved for a 3rd lap in a row on the C5s. So Hamilton, 24.545 at the moment on the C5 tyre. So clearly not on any sort of blistering run because it's over 5 seconds slower than Russell, but of course still drying out in Barcelona. My spicy take is that Valtteri Bottas will 22-0 Guan Yu Zhou in qualifying this year. I think that's spicy.
That's not a spicy take.
What?
That's not spicy.
That's at least a little bit. That's like a...
The man has got like 10 years F1 experience.
Okay, but 22-0, that's like, career ending. Right, okay.
Not spicy enough. That's... Chicken korma levels of spicy.
No, that was like a tikka masala or something, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We need Balti levels.
Okay. All right. My spicy take, and just to kind of iterate, we're not trying to be horrible here. It's just a spicy take. It's a random prediction that we think could potentially come true, and it's gonna, I think
this is all a bit of fun.
Okay. Spicy take time. Nicholas Latifi will beat Alex Albon this year.
I think that could be true.
That's spicy, isn't it? Because everyone's obviously...
I would say that's spicy.
Everyone's on the Alex Albon, obviously, hype train that he's back, and I'm glad he's back in the sport. He's a lovely, lovely bloke. I really do like Alex. But, he's got a lot of confidence to build after the real massive struggles at Red Bull. And, it's just a lot of mental strength is going to be needed for Alex Albon, in my opinion. What are you laughing at?
Somebody, Team JBR, said, Matt, that spicy take was as hot as a glass of milk. I love it. It's amazing.
Fair.
Oh, dear.
There you go. What?
But yeah,
Never?
that was spicier.
Yeah, that was spicy.
Well, I'll allow it.
Tomo fuming right now. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's
there you go.
true.
That's my spicy take. Let's see. I'm not saying Latifi's going to wipe the floor with him, but I think that maybe he might edge him. He's had a couple more years on the trot in Formula One. Who knows? We will find out. I agree with you, Matt. Spicy, says eJoker Gaming, whatever you want to call it. Every team gets a win, says Chris. Jeez. If that happens, that is the greatest F1 season ever.
Every team.
Even Haas.
Even Haas.
Not spicy at all. Gotifi better than Albon, says Decho. Oh dear. Man's about as spicy as a bag of self-raising flour, says Deep Blue.
Oh, these are great. That is brilliant. I've really enjoyed reading all your spicy takes there, guys. But yeah, at the moment, there's not really a big take up when it comes to people on track. It's just Sainz and Hamilton at the moment. Ricciardo has been out, other than those two, in the past 10 minutes or so. So Yeah, not too many people out on track.
There's Lewis Hamilton. I've just put up on screen. That's a very nice image of him in the pits, as you can see on the dry tyres as well. Team getting to work on that Mercedes, the W13.
Unlucky for some. Thought I'd just get that in
Yeah,
there.
you thought you'd fill our bingo card finally.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't say it.
Yeah,
I'm so
can't
upset.
believe it.
And we had a proper lack of drivers sitting on their tyres for pitches, which I'm upset by. I need that content. I think one of the only people I saw do it was Max.
Do
in the
what,
Red
sorry?
Bull launch. That wasn't even an official picture. Like, when the drivers, they perch on the tyres for like a team photo.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen many of that this year. I need the content.
We need the people sat on it. No big take-up yet, just Sainz and Hamilton. Only Ricciardo has been out other than those two in the past 10 minutes. There's not a huge urge at the moment with this wet weather running that Formula One has so kindly set up for the teams. And the teams are like, no, I don't want to go out on a wet track, on a slippery track and bin our car in the last couple of hours of testing. It is, interesting. But, not a huge amount out on track at the moment. We've got 2 hours and 6 minutes remaining of F1 testing at Barcelona, which is it's flown by.
That's so hideous. Ollie has put a picture in the Team WTF1 chat, and it's of me as Ron Burgundy. It's so horrible. That is terrifying.
We need it for the stream.
It's me with the moustache.
We need it for the stream
That's not
right
what
now.
anyone wants to see. Oh my god!
I want that right now because, this is your fault, Katie, because you've said it out loud. Now everybody needs to see it.
I've done it like 3 times as well.
Please send me Katie as Ron for.
Oh my gosh! I might put that on my Instagram. That's so funny.
We will show that because, of course, the joke, for the context is obviously that Katie will just be mid-sentence and then she'll see something or one of your comments and then just start reading your comment mid-sentence. You were in the middle of something and then you just went, guys, okay, guys. And it's like, wait, sorry? Yeah, I think Verstappen is going to do pretty well here. So, okay, guys. And he's going to be...
Oh, gosh.
Benji
At
is
least
working on
everyone.
it right now. So don't worry.
Everyone can laugh along with
show,
me. It's fine.
We will show Katie as Ron Burgundy as soon as it is sent over to me.
How many people are going to see this? How many of you are watching it?
11,176.
Oh, only 11,000 of you. Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait, you say that and you're like, I'm going to go put it on my Instagram. So,
yeah.
I do kind of like it.
Yeah. I never thought I would suit a moustache so much.
Okay, this is a game. Blake Chapman. WTF1, game for you two. Predict 80% to happen, 50% to happen, 10% to happen. I'll go first. 80% Leclerc wins a race, 50% Russell more points than Checo, 10% more than 4 teams win a race. Oh, goodness me. Okay, I've just had the Katie Fairman picture come through. Okay, chat, there you go.
I'm just like to apologise in advance. That is terrifying.
That is absolutely... That is going to haunt me. There you go. There's your...
There you go. This is real time.
Oh, my God. What an image. Imagine just tuning in now thinking you're going to get some great F1 testing insight. And then you see you with a moustache as Ron Burgundy.
So yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. We're very serious journalists over here. I've only seen Anchorman I think maybe once, and that was a few years ago. So
Anchorman, what a film. One of my favourite films of all time. And people are really enjoying it. They say the mug tops it all off as well, says Sam.
Yeah, well, that's a mug you can get in the WTF1 shop. Just like to say that right now.
That picture ain't fair, man. Well, it is actually fair, man. Needs an AlphaTauri wing as a moustache. Yeah, that's some banter from yesterday.
This is so funny.
People are really enjoying that, to be fair. So
I'm glad everyone.
I'm glad that everyone's taken that in.
Thanks
so
for the nightmares.
Katie
you and me
Ron
too.
Burgundy. Lovely stuff. Right, back to some Formula One. There's the McLaren on the straight. That was during slightly wetter times, as you can see, but it is a cool image. So I'll leave it up there right
Katie Manson.
now. Carlos Sainz has gone up to P8. He's set a 1 minute 21.776 on the C4 tyre now. So we're starting to see closer and closer times than with which we saw this morning. Bottas is currently the slowest driver out there on a 1 minute 30.433. On the intermediates, 10 laps completed. Perez, Red Bull, 1 minute 27.938 on the C2, 24 laps. And we've got Mazepin, 1 minute 26.229, C3, 9 laps. Then Ricciardo, 1 minute 24.896 on the C3, 36 laps completed. And Hamilton, a 24.545 on the C5 tyre, 42 laps completed. So those are the drivers you can't see on screen. And we continue to keep an eye on stuff that is going on out on track. You'd imagine, as it starts to being bone dry, which you would suggest the 21.776 is very much getting towards, if not already there. Obviously, they still need to build up a bit of the grip on the dry track after it's been washed away by the water, that more teams will be forthcoming and giving us more running. So fingers crossed that will be the case in this next 2 hours of F1 testing. Shakedown, non-shakedown.
F1 testing,
non pre-season running, pre-season...
Not testing,
driving.
just a shakedown. Yeah, we'll see.
Oh yeah, we were going to play that game.
I hope we get...
So the game is
oh yes, okay.
80% chance of something happening, 50% chance of something happening, and 10% chance of something happening. My 80% chance of happening is Charles Leclerc world champion. No. My 80%. My 80% chance of something happening is. Goodness me, this is a difficult game that I should have probably put more thought in before starting.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm trying to make notes of what could be.
Okay, my 80% chance of something happening is Lando beating Daniel Ricciardo over the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's almost a foregone conclusion after last year. My 50% chance of happening is Carlos Sainz. No, but 50%'s too much. 50%'s too much. If it was like 25, I'd say Carlos Sainz beating Charles Leclerc over the season, but I don't think he will. I don't think it's 50, because I think Leclerc, even though he finished with less points last year, not a lot of people are looking at the season as a whole. 50%.
Right, I've got mine.
Okay, you do your 80%, and then I'll try and do my 50%.
You're going to go, this is really obvious. So I'm going to say Ferrari will win a race this year. Mm-hmm. That's my 80%. My 50% is opposite to your 80%. Ricciardo is going to beat Lando this year.
So you think it's 50-50?
Yeah, I think he's gone back to Oz. He's gone back home. He's had a year in that car. He's got a lot to prove.
In what car, Katie? In what car? It's completely different.
In the McLaren.
You mean in the outfit as a whole? Yeah.
Yeah. And my 10% is that Giovinazzi comes back.
Oh, okay.
Whether that's reserve role or maybe fills for somebody. But I think we'll see a 10% chance we'll see Gio in an F1 car again this season.
Okay. My 50% chance is Verstappen becoming a 2-time world champion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And my 10% is Yuki Tsunoda beating Gasly over the course of the season.
Interesting.
So there you go.
That's a good.
What are yours in chat? I want to see it in the comments. So your 80% chance of something happening, the 50% chance of happening, then your 10% chance of happening. Put it all in one comment, and we'll read some of them out, because that's quite an interesting game, actually. Quite enjoy that. Whilst you do that, let's give you an update on what's happening out on track. And I've seen some updates of something, which I think it's maybe just laps. No, actually, what have we got? Someone's just said a faster time, because Sainz is now down to 9th. So would that be... Who's out there? Latifi? It's not Russell, not Verstappen, not Vettel, not Leclerc. Is Albon out on track at the moment? I think... let me find out.
I keep switching around. I've lost track with Blimmin' Williams. I keep switching. While you have a look, I'll read what other people have been saying. 80% chance Alonso gets a P2, which could be an interesting one. 80% chance Max champion. 80% chance we will have a new race winner this season. That is from Cop Gamer 19. I think that's a great shout. Let's see what everybody else has been saying. Port Montella 293 says 80% chance George gets a pole at 3 races. I think that's also strong possibility. 80% for Sam Dillon says 2 races are cancelled. 50% he thinks Mercedes will finish P3, and 20% Guan Yu Zhou or Zhou Guan Yu will beat Valtteri Bottas. Ooh, spacey.
Wait, why is Zhou Guan Yu?
So that's the thing I learned through Ted's notebook yesterday, is that he, in I think certain parts of Asia, you say it backwards. So you would say Zhou Guan Yu instead of Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah, but we're not.
Yeah, but I'm just doing it out of a formality of respect.
So for every single time you say his name,
honestly, this morning on the stream, I was like, Guan Yu.
You actually, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so that's going to be a running thing now that you have to say throughout the entirety of the season.
Guan Yu. Yeah.
Guan Yu, Zhou Guan Yu. It rolls off the tongue, to be fair. It comes out pretty quickly, so fair play. Still lots of predictions coming in. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. It's actually moving too fast for my liking, but 80% Lewis wins the championship, says Zach. 50% Mercedes or
Katie
Red Bull.
will have a rant.
Bin the new rules. Okay. 80% Max Champ. 50% chance Norris is in the hunt for the championship. 10% chance Haas is not consistently fighting for points. 10%, Julian. That is that's interesting. Vicky says 80% chance Ferrari winning 5 or more races. 50% chance Russell beats Hamilton a few times, and 10% chance Albon podium. Interesting.
I'd like to see Albon back on the podium. That would be a nice little circle to go around. But in the Williams, I mean, George did manage it last year in a race that wasn't a race.
RSPB Gaming says you say the surname, family name first, unless you are close with the person. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Interesting.
Yes, but I saw it in Ted's notebook yesterday, and he said, to be fair, that he was going to ask him when they speak to him in Bahrain what he would prefer.
Yeah, because I guess in commentary he's always been called. For now, because in commentary he's always been called Guan Yu Zhou, at least from Alex Jakes and F2 and things like that. So I'd imagine that's the way that he will be spoken about. But so what is technically his first name? Guan Yu, yeah, or
I believe so. I don't know. I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't.
Not sure.
No,
but that's something to find out. That's something to find out.
Guan Yu is his first name, and Zhou is his surname, I believe. But I could be wrong.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
There you go. We will find out, I'm sure.
We'll know for the next test
very shortly. So I'm just asked who's out on track at the moment. Only Perez and Hamilton are out on track at the moment. Sainz and Albon have just come in.
Have we got any Perez photos? Because I feel like I haven't seen him all day.
I've had him up on screen right now. Look at him. He's on screen. That's the Red Bull.
I'm looking at the comments. There we go. There he is. There's Perez's rear end.
He's been there for about 5 minutes, chat. Come on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, it's me. It's not the chat.
Oh, it's you.
It's me wanting to see pictures of Perez. Don't blame the chat.
Oh, I thought you'd seen someone in chat. To be fair, the only thing every chat wants to see is you as anchorman. So that's now back up on screen for a moment.
We're not. No, don't bring that back.
Oh no, it's back. It's back.
For goodness sake.
Enjoy that for a moment, everybody.
Thanks,
again.
everyone.
Right, let's get a 6-hour summary. So the slicks are back in use after wet running. This is all on the race.com's live blog update. Link in the description if you want to see it. Albon fastest so far among afternoon runners. Up to 5th for Williams. It was Albon. Albon was the one that improved. 20.318 for Alex Albon on the C4 tyre. Very nicely done indeed. 41 laps completed for Albon. Sainz and Hamilton both on 50 plus laps. And Haas and Alpine, so both Haas and Alpine done for the day. No sign of AlphaTauri after Gasly crash or Aston Martin after oil leak in the morning session. I believe Perez has moved himself up to P9 with a 21.644 on the, not sure if that's the C2 or not at this point, but 34 laps completed for Sergio Perez. What are you laughing at now?
I'm just laughing at that bloody picture that's currently on the stream.
Oh yeah, I should probably change it now. So hopefully Benji will be returning very shortly and can give us some more picks. He said, be right back, be 5 minutes max. It's been 5 minutes. You hear? I'm just going to see if he's there, but hopefully he'll be able to send us some more dry pictures as and when we get them.
Wonderful.
That is always good stuff. But we'll leave it with the Red Bull one for now, because that is one of the only dry pictures we have at the moment. And the Merc pit box as well, actually. That picture is very cool. So I'm going to leave that there. Any dry pics? Cool. So, yeah, Perez and Hamilton, the only ones out on track at the moment. Less than 2 hours to go in this Barcelona sesh. Before we then have a couple of weeks to gather our thoughts, as do the F1 teams as well. Matt, do you believe that Sainz is a future World Drivers' Champion? I think he's got the potential. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. My opinion of Sainz has definitely changed, especially last year. Like, I didn't think Sainz was a rubbish driver or anything like that. I've always rated him highly, but last year, the step up that he made in Ferrari, he really put so much hard effort in behind the scenes, and going up against Charles Leclerc is no easy thing to do. But he did a stellar job. And yeah, I think he's proved himself to be up there with the likes of possible future world champions like the Russells, and obviously Verstappen was in that group, but he's now got a championship, and Leclerc. And I would argue Norris has done the same as well. Norris had a fantastic first half of last year. So it's just really cool to see these young drivers. And Pierre, I guess, could you put Pierre in that bracket? Maybe he's just clinging on. But yeah, seeing all these young drivers really come out of their shells and show us what they can do. It's wicked to see the next generation of F1 World Champions doing their things. So I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it is awesome. I wonder how much insight we're going to get in a couple of weeks' time in terms of which direction the teams have gone, and in this porpoising in particular problem that they've got. Will they just try and brush it under the carpet? Are we going to have F1 changing the regulations slightly, bringing back the mass damper that they had many years ago in the front of the Renault that got banned? And that's usually something that's sort of the active suspension. Is there something there that Formula One has to do in order to get rid of this problem? Because this is something that has to be fixed one way or another. F1 could easily just turn around and say, well, just deal with it. Deal with it, teams. Try and make your own, solution to this. It may make your car slower, but you've got to come up with a solution. Or they may well be, they may give the teams a little bit more of a bit more leeway in terms of the regulations. We don't know, but this is certainly something the teams will speak about, I'm sure, after day 3. Speak with F1. Will there be tweaks? This is what the shakedown's for. Is to find out if all the regulations on paper actually work when we, head out on track. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting next couple of weeks to see if there's going to be any big sort of headline statements from team bosses or whatever about whether they can even fix the car to the level in which F1 want them to and expect them to.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting few weeks to see what happens.
Well, we got an update.
We do.
We got an update from Ed Straw. AlphaTauri are still working on the car that Gasly crashed earlier. They do have the spares, but the car sustained a fair bit of damage, so it's not clear if and when the AlphaTauri will be back out. Also, the unfamiliarity of the mechanics with these new cars means the process will take longer than it normally would, but they are working hard to get it back out there. Thank you very much, Josh.
Well, it's good to know that they're all working hard. But yeah, it's been a bit of a cursed day, really, when you think about it. You've got Aston Martin are struggling, Alpine are out, Haas are out, AlphaTauri still trying to fix things. The only teams that seem to have had a fairly smooth day of running would be Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren.
Let's have a look.
Williams,
which team
to an extent.
Yeah, which team has done the most mileage? So let's do some addition on the spot then. Quick maths. So 66 plus 58 for Mercedes, Russell 66, Hamilton 58. That's 124 laps for Mercedes today. Red Bull they have done 59 plus 34. That is 93. So 93 for Red Bull. Aston Martin, they've done 48 with Vettel. And that is it. 48 for Vettel. And so that's not great for Aston Martin today. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari, and then Sainz, 94 laps for Ferrari. For Williams, 54 laps. For McLaren, they have done a grand total of 94 laps. Alpine, 12. You can say about that what you will. We've said Red Bull, said Alfa Romeo. They have done a grand total of 51 laps, so not a huge amount of mileage once again.
Better than previous days, for sure.
Yeah, better than previous.
I'll take that.
But not headline grabbing, because century elapsed is usually the sort of benchmark for the teams in terms of a good day. And then you've got AlphaTauri. That is a solid 40 laps for Gasly until he had his crash. And then Haas, 9 laps. There you go. So a few at the top and a few at the bottom, but it is Mercedes who have done the most laps today so far.
Yeah, have you still got the Gasly?
I do.
Have you still got the Gasly pickup?
Yeah.
Let's get some caption competition ideas for that. I've seen one so far. Somebody saying you can't park this, but
that's good.
That's a good
very
one.
Good.
So let's see your best caption ideas for that photo. But yeah, that is from this morning. This isn't happening live right now. That happened, I don't know, it would have probably been about 10, 11 this morning. So yeah, not ideal for poor Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, a mistake that you wouldn't maybe expect from Pierre. Ed Straw, actually speaking of AlphaTauri, so Ed Straw, has essentially, no, it's basically what we've said, so don't worry. We're just giving you the lowdown before it's even live on the race updates, so you're welcome. But so that is pretty much
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you and good night. Have we got anyone?
There's been some very good captions. Let's have a look. Francesco said, I thought it was reverse. Cal Pesh said, do you need spare gloves? Adam saying, testing the barriers.
Do you need my
Peter
rubber
Johnson.
glove?
Peter Johnson has just gone straight in for the kill. Pierre Crashley. Oh dear.
Wow, it's a caption competition. We've just gone straight
savage.
In. Can I offer you a glove in this trying time? Says Monica.
That's so polite. Would you like my glove?
Gloves, give me gloves. Oh, wait, wrong team, says Copperfield. You are breaking the car, Samir, says Enzo. Oh, that is a great... You probably haven't seen that. It's an amazing video of these this rallying clip of these two that are in, like, I don't actually know much of the context, but it's you can hear the team radio, these two guys doing some like low league rally, and it's unbelievable. It's so funny. Like the co-driver's basically going in on the driver all the time for like basically driving really badly, and he's like, "You're breaking the car, Samir," and stuff like that. It's absolutely amazing. I'll have to send you it at some point. Pierre Goatsley.
Yeah. Owens just said, when you disconnect in F1 2022.
Yeah, when the controller disconnects, that is...
I can't relate because I haven't... Well, I've played the F1 game once, and that was a long time ago, and I managed to crash it so bad that it ended up on a clip on WTF1 before I even worked here.
Triple caution.
It was... Yeah.
Dear. That's good stuff. I'm glad that some people know the video I'm on about. That's at least I'm not the only one here, which is good.
You're being very relatable.
So relates.
Oh my God.
So
right, how long have we
relatable.
got? We've got less than 2 hours until F1 preseason testing in Barcelona is finito.
Done and dusted. 1 hour 43 to be precise. And right now on track, I don't think there is many. We've got some more images though, but this is from this morning. But still some very cool shots. One of the AlphaTauri, which of course is no longer running before we bend it. But just look at the size of that aeroframe.
Look at the size of it.
Big wang characteristics. But
there it is.
but it's
First
down
big
the middle
wang
of the
mention
car.
of the
Yeah,
stream.
there's not even a wang, but it's just got that big wang energy. It's
BWE.
huh?
Big wang energy.
A
Big
BWE.
BWE. Yeah.
Yeah, the Haas definitely has BWE. It's got a big old rear wing.
That's right.
So that is a very cool image of the aero
Wow,
sensors.
That's a big old rake on that car.
Big old rake.
And his little moustache wing as well.
I can't now not see that
team
on
of
Nigel
people
Mansell's
have
face.
spent ages designing that front wing, and we're like, looks like a moustache.
Yeah, I know. That's our aero.
We're very simple.
Aero insight for the day. Right, let's run you through. I did go through it with my own mental arithmetic, but just to clarify, team lap totals today. So in first we have Mercedes with 124 laps. Then 30 laps behind that is both McLaren and Ferrari on 94. Then you got Red Bull on 93, Williams on 54, Alfa Romeo 51, Aston Martin 48, AlphaTauri 40, Alpine 12, and Haas 9. So that is the totals for today, if you were wondering. In order,
Wonderful.
at least.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
No problem.
Not a problem. I'm now going to speak to someone there. Anyone out? No surprise, it is a bit of a quieter afternoon. I imagine we might get a flurry of cars towards the end. That's what I'm hoping. We've seen it in the last couple of days. Jack from the race is about to let me know who is out there. Hamilton is out on track, and he's just been joined by Sergio Perez. So it is both still the Red Bull and the Mercedes out there doing some laps.
Perfect. Well, while you sort that out, I'm going to get myself another drink of water.
Are you? How could you possibly do that?
You left for about a 20-minute lunch break.
20 minutes. Have a word.
Have a word.
Have a word with yourself. All right, well, I'm going to look at some drivers' helmets. So there you go.
Cheeky. Okay, then
yeah, I did.
I'll speak to you.
Enjoy your drink. Speak to you soon. It sounds like you're leaving. It sounds like you're just leaving me for the next hour and 40 minutes. Speak to you soon, Matt. Take care.
Yeah, I'm going to go to a well and fill up my water. So
okay, you're going to the well.
Adios.
Okay, right, off Katie goes, and she mutes her mic, and off she goes into the sunset. So, can you name me all four of those drivers? They are quite easy to distinguish, but I would like you to name me those four drivers right now in the chat, and just put it as a list. I feel like you all know who all four of those drivers are, but you know what? It's a little mini game, and it's going to make us feel good when we get them all right. That's basically the thinking behind it. BWT, Big Wang Technology. I like that, Mr. Altjet. Why is Stroll not driving? Because he's not. Because I don't know if he what's happening with regards much to Aston Martin. Aston 48 laps. Yeah, we haven't seen Stroll so far today. But then we did actually touch on the fact that the Aston Martin had an oil leak in the morning session, hence why we haven't seen them this afternoon so far. Vettel, Norris, Mazepin, Alonso. Yeah, well done, Flip. That is correct. How's the wet running timing going? It's no longer wet anymore, Josh. It is very much dried out. So we've got some dry running happening for Hamilton and Perez at the moment. I'm glad a lot of you know your driver helmets. Very proud of you. Hamilton apparently has had a few laps in a row of improving, but his best is still only a 1 minute 23.020 on the C2 tyres. So that is what Hamilton's doing out there at the moment. Thank you to Jack at the race for giving me that information. Matt, since you drove an F1 car, how strong is the resistance in the steering wheel? Well, Kyle, stop it. You didn't need to bring up the F1 car. I'm just joking. Well, I didn't drive it at full speed in terms of in the corners, which is where you would have obviously noticed it more. But obviously there is an element of power steering in the Formula One cars, so it's not heavy by any stretch of the imagination. You know, it's similar to what you'd maybe feel on a normal simulator. So yeah, it wasn't like oh god or anything like that. It genuinely felt very like in a car, in a normal road car. You have power steering there. So yeah, it wasn't anything crazy like that. They very much are assisted. Unlike an IndyCar, where it's very much wrestling the wheel, no power steering, and it's brilliant to watch. So there's a bit of an insight. I know you have been asking that question for a little while, so there you go. Matt, can we get a race rundown on today's timings, please? Race rundown? Oh, we don't want to see race rundown, do we, chat? Come on, let's be real here. No one wants to see that. Wait, Matt, did you drive an F1 car? You better be joking, the Lone Sculler. You better be joking. You better have. You call yourself a WTF1 subscriber and you haven't watched. Oh, you may not be a subscriber. I don't know. You have to be if you're talking in here. And you haven't watched the F1 car video. Oh, unbelievable. An F1 car is not easy to drive. I'm just saying that it's not. The resistance isn't much.
I come back, and are you talking about the fact that you've driven an F1 car?
Look, I saw a question, and it was a good question about. It was a question. Look, I mean, come on, if you've driven an F1 car, you're bringing it up every single moment. But no, it was a question about the resistance of the steering wheel and whether it was difficult, which is a question I've never actually had before. So I thought I would cover that off.
Lovely. Oh, people in the chat are asking for a race rundown. Have you spoken about this?
No, someone said do a race rundown of the current timings, and I went absolutely not.
Oh. What if we get this video to
needs to be retired.
So many
okay,
likes?
Logan. God. Race rundown, okay, I understand. It's a bit of content that some people don't like, but some people actually really like it. And it's right at the end of the video. If you don't like it, you can turn off. You know what I mean? Or just skip it. You know what I mean? That's fine. Cool. Anyway, sorry, Katie, what are you saying?
I was going to say, how many likes do we need to get this video to for you to do race rundown?
There are 300,000.
Oh, okay. So no race rundown.
All right. What are we on now? 3,600. If we get to 5,000 likes, I'll do a blooming race rundown live for all of you guys. Race rundown is not funny anymore. Well, I'm sorry, Wester. I'm sorry, but look at the amount of people that are also spamming race rundown. How do you make both people happy? You can't do a race rundown video on its own. That doesn't happen. But there you go. I'd never stop talking about it, and I think that's fair, man, says Kyle.
I like you, Kyle. You're funny.
Good stuff. I know we're not going to get to 5,000 likes. There's not enough people in race that enjoy race rundown.
Race rundown. Hey, there's you doing it.
Not enough people. Yeah, I skip it every time. Well, I'm sorry, Murakami.
Oh, guys, this is a bit of a blow to the ego.
Oh God, there is actually quite a few people pressing like. That is quite concerning, actually. I didn't even think we'd get over 4,000, to be honest. So
race rundown with your host Matthew Gallagher.
There you go. You've done the intro already.
4.3k. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, they better slow down. 5,000 is easy, Matt. You better watch. No, it's not.
4.4k. No. Come on.
No, we don't need. No one needs race rundown in their lives right now. Let's be real. Come on. Right. 10 years ago today, Hamilton and Perez shared an F1 podium.
Oh, that's nice. Now they're on track together.
Yeah.
That's
so
cute.
We've had Ricciardo and Hamilton
Sergio
both making several improvements in the last 15 minutes or so, but the McLaren with Daniel Ricciardo has since gone back to the garage. Right now it's just Hamilton, who's completed 64 laps this afternoon, and Perez on track. So that's confirmation that those two are on track at the moment. And oh my God, we're on 4,955.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's happening.
I'm sorry.
Happening.
Oh, it's actually got to 5K.
It's 5K. Yeah, we love you, chat. You're amazing.
Oh, God. I don't want it.
I love WTF1 fans.
As if.
As if.
Actually, yeah, I think it's the fact that people knew that I didn't want to do it. That's why people press like, as opposed to.
Oh, people are cruel, but I love them either way.
Oh, Jesus Christ. A race rundown. Right, well, I'll deliver on what? Okay, cool. Right, I need to G myself up. Right, you need to do the intro again, Katie.
Vocal warm-ups. Again.
Do the intro and do it properly. I want full beans from the intro, and then I'll do it.
Okay. And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
I don't want to do it. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Race Rundown of Day 3 timings. Let's do it then. The runners of Day 3 testing classification are whatever you want to call it. The classification is Oh, God, I can already feel like my brain exploding and I haven't even started reading. Okay, so that this literally feels like genuine IBR filming. Right. Russell Verstappen, Vettel. See, look, now actually, I haven't done a race rundown in like 3 months. And you expect me to just bash one out immediately? Are you kidding? Right. Oh, God. Russell Verstappen. Russell Verstappen does not roll off the tongue. I'm not used to that. Russell Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Russell Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Perez. Russell Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Perez, Latifi, Norris, Alonso, Ricciardo, Sainz, Zhou, Gasly. Russell Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon. Russell Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Perez, Latte. So you see what I mean? Like this. Right.
It does sound like you're having a bit of a meltdown, I'm not going to
Russell
lie.
Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Perez, Latifi, Norris, Alonso, Ricciardo, Sainz, Zhou, Gasly, Hamilton, Mazepin, Bottas. Why was I going to say Schumacher? That says Bottas. Russell Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Perez, Latifi, Norris, Alonso, Ricciardo, Sainz, Zhou, Gasly, Hamilton, Mazepin, Bottas. There you go.
Woo!
Yep, there you go. It's done.
You did it.
It's done. There you go. So race rundown, shakedown. That's a good
It's
name.
got a good ring to it.
Imagine joining and you've never seen WTF1 before, and you see me doing that. You're probably actually just getting rid of your internet. Full stop. Arif, cringe. You're cringe for writing cringe. People that write cringe are cringe in themselves. Just jog on.
Yeah, I haven't
Get
used
out.
that word since
Go away.
year 5.
Go away. You know what? You're in timeout. Go and think about what you just thought. What you just said. Jog on. No one cares about you. Right. Here we go. Has anything happened since I've done all this rubbish? Gary Anderson's been answering another question. That Mercedes nose looks different. Well, it's not really a question. Just a statement. That Mercedes nose looks different. Actually, and thankfully, they all look different. As within a set of very prescriptive regulations, the team's designers have been able to come up with different solutions to the same problems. The objective is to satisfy the regulations, satisfy your aerodynamic requirements, and pass the required crash tests. As for the Mercedes one, I think they have based it on Toto's, as he's always sticking his into everything. That's a good one.
Love it.
That's a good one. Nice.
We love Gaza down on the side of the tracks, giving us the updates. Talking of updates, we have an update from Aston Martin.
Oh, do we?
Aston Martin say, despite the team's best efforts, we will not be running again today. Oh, we'd like to thank the team for all their hard work. We go again in Bahrain. So that's the 3rd team today that's had to bow out of this afternoon of testing. We've already said, see, no more Alpine, no more Haas, now no more Aston Martin. Alpha Tauri is a bit on the not sure side of things, but yeah, that's a shocking day for Aston Martin. It means Stroll won't even get a chance to do any kind of running today.
That is not ideal, is it? Yeah, especially you're probably really excited, aren't you? As well, I know that Stroll doesn't usually show much excitement, does he? But I'm sure that deep down he was actually quite excited to get some running in the new car, especially maybe in the wet. See what that's like. Stroll is very good in the wet, as we've seen previously. Pole in Turkey, should have won the race, but then had a bad strategy
that was a bit brutal,
with Aston,
wasn't it?
which was not ideal. But has anything updated in terms of the times? Let's keep an eye on that. So right now, let me run you through with 1 hour and 29 minutes remaining. It is Russell with a 19.233 at the top of the timesheets, 66 laps completed. C5 tyre, Verstappen 19.756 on the C3, 59 laps completed. Then it's Vettel at 1 minute 19.824, C5 tyre, 48 laps. Then you have Charles Leclerc, 44 laps completed today on a 19.831, C3 tyre for him. Then you have Alex Albon at 1 minute 20.318, C4 tyre, 42 laps completed. Then Sergio Perez, 20.452, C2 tyre, 37 laps. So that is just behind Albon in terms of the fastest lap time we've seen this afternoon. So again, the times are definitely getting faster around this circuit, the Barcelona, Catalonia, just over a second behind what we saw from Russell this morning. Then it's Latifi at 20.699, 13 laps completed today. C4 tyre was the best. His time was set on. And then it's Norris at 20.827 on the C3 tyre, 52 laps today. Then Alonso 21.242 went up in smoke as with that amazing image. 12 laps completed, and his fastest time was on the C3. Then it's a 21.448 for Daniel Ricciardo in 10th. C3 tyre, 45 laps completed today. Then it's Carlos Sainz, 21.776. C4 tyre, he set that on. 50 laps completed for Carlos Sainz, and he is still going, well, not right now, but he is still active in this session. Then Guan Yu Zhou, P12, 21.939. C3 tyre, 41 laps completed. Then Gasly, 22.469. C2 tyre, 40 laps, but unfortunately he had that little crash, and AlphaTauri haven't been able to fix the car yet. Then it's Hamilton, 23.020 on the C2 tyre, 65 laps. He is very much edging towards the most laps completed today, which is held by his teammate, and only one lap ahead of him. So 66 for Russell, 65 for Hamilton. Mazepin, 9 laps, 26.229 C3 tyre. And finally, Valtteri Bottas, only 10 laps completed in the Alfa Romeo, a 30.433, and his time was set on the Inters.
That's a big difference to the others. But
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, maybe that's because the others have had quicker times because they've been on the dry tyre, and Bottas hasn't gone back out on a dry tyre. He's only done his quickest lap time on an intermediate. So I don't know why he's done that, or why they haven't gone and done dry running.
Yeah. Clearly they've just, maybe they're, because I think there was a chat about, wasn't it I don't know, but he's been out in the wet. So I was just going to speak about how the teams were saying when DRS is open, porpoising is a bit easier to handle, but then obviously you wouldn't be using DRS in heavy wet conditions. It just doesn't make any sense. I guess there must be more problems for Alfa Romeo today if they are only doing 10 laps with Bottas. 41 for Zhou this morning, decent, but you don't run for 10 laps unless there's clearly something going wrong, especially considering the first 2 days for Alfa Romeo wasn't exactly mileage McGee, as I'm going to call it. So fastest times of Barcelona test so far. So this is quite nice. So the race have compiled all the best times, and we've got a leaderboard of the top 10. So the fastest time, full stop, is from George Russell today with a 19.233 on the C5. Then P2 is Lando Norris from day 1, a 19.568 on the C4. Then Leclerc, 19.689 on the C3. So there is, 3 different compounds in the top 3 for the fastest times of this Barcelona test. Then you've got Verstappen, a 19.756 on the C3. That happened today. Then we have Vettel, 19.824 on the C5. That was day 3 as well. Then Gasly, a 19.918 on the C4. So that was day 2. Then Daniel Ricciardo, a 20.288 on the C4. That was also yesterday. Then Alex Albon, 20.318. That happened today on the C4. Then Carlos Sainz, also today, a 20.416 on the C3. And finally, P10, Sergio Perez, a 20.452 on the C2 tyre, also happened today. So there you go. So a little bit of a difference, and definitely interesting, the compounds that have been used by the top 4.
Yeah, very much so. It's been a productive day for lots of quick times for, as you say, Russell and Verstappen and Vettel. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see whether there are any more drivers that go for a quicker time in the last hour and a half that we have.
Have you seen the chat?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you're ignoring it, aren't you?
I love it. Maybe.
Absolutely love
I have
it.
seen the chat.
Yeah, you have seen the chat. A lot of people calling for race rundown. Okay.
I'll do it 10k likes.
10k likes.
Fair.
I mean, that's impossible. Probably there's 10,000.
Well, that's
people
why
watching.
I said I'm going to do it.
There's 10,000 people watching. If we get to 10,000 likes, Katie
people,
will do race rundown. And I mean, I don't think there's any chance in hell of that happening. But there are 10,000 of you watching, so just press that like button and see what happens. I'm going to get a drink, so you're going to carry on talking. I hope that's okay. And I shall return in a couple of minutes. Okay. See you shortly.
Okie dokie.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So yes, guys, if you get the video to 10k likes, then I will do race rundown. Who knows? Maybe I'll even do it faster than Matt did it. I'm joking. Matt's the pro here. He does it every time of the race. But yeah, have you guys got any questions that you want answered? Because I can try and help answer some for you. We've been having a chat earlier about obviously Nikita Mazepin. So his seat is up in the air at the moment as a result of everything that's going on with Russia and the Ukraine, and the relationship that his father has within the Russian government. And Gunther Steiner even said earlier that his future at Haas, this is Nikita Mazepin, his future at Haas isn't guaranteed. If you want to read more, there is a whole article dedicated to these quotes, which is on WTF1.com. So be sure to go and head over to there and have a read of it. But lots of people have been putting forward suggestions as to who could replace Nikita Mazepin if he isn't able to continue within Formula One this season. There have been some good suggestions. I mean, sensible suggestions would be people like Fittipaldi. He is within the Haas team already. He's within the Haas bubble. Obviously, he stepped in for Grosjean when Grosjean had his accident in 2020 in Bahrain. So he has been somebody who's got experience within that Haas team. Other than that, we have had some other suggestions like Antonio Giovinazzi. I think he could be quite a sensible replacement. He is currently the Ferrari reserve driver, but he's somebody with a great deal of experience behind him. You know, he's just come off the back of doing 3 years in F1. I think that's right. Other possibilities, getting somebody like Kevin Magnussen back. Lots of people in the chat saying Nico Hulkenberg, great shout. Oscar Piastri, Louis Delatraz, obviously Robert Schwartzman is somebody there. Callum Ilott is the best replacement. Yeah. So lots of people got their own suggestions there, but it's going to be the question of how much money can someone bring to the team, I think, because obviously with Uralkali being dropped from Haas, that is a huge amount of money that Haas have now not got. Although they're saying, you know, we're financially comfortable, we don't necessarily need that it's not a majority amount of like finances coming into the team. It's naturally, of course, gonna hit the team quite a bit. So Kieran in the chat saying Nick De Vries could be an interesting shout. Jarno Otmir. So yeah, Kimi Räikkönen. I don't think Kimi Räikkönen is going to be coming back from retirement. But yeah, there's a genuine possibility that Mazepin might not be in that F1 seat come Bahrain. So we will see how this all unfolds. But obviously, it's all come as a result of some rather upsetting and worrying circumstances with everything that's going on with Russia and Ukraine at the moment. So at the end of the day, it all stems back to that. So let's hear what everyone else is saying. Pato Award. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's fairly cemented within the McLaren family there. So I can't see him jumping ship, but it would be very cool to have him in Formula One. He seems, from what I've seen on social media and any kind of public appearances that he's made, that he seems like a really nice guy. So always down for more of those in Formula One. See if we've got any update from the race live hub. Don't forget, we've got a link to that in the bio if you want to get live text updates. But make sure you don't leave us. Keep 2 streams open. Keep the WTF1 testing updates video on, and then also have the races open in another tab or on another device. So they've just shared a nice picture of George Russell alongside Charles Leclerc on the track there. So we'll see if Benji can put that together. Somebody said, I love it how Katie casually says Jarno Otmir, like there is any possibility. We have seen weirder people in F1 seats. But yeah, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to be happening. Lots of people saying Nico Rosberg, Antonio Felix da Costa. Oh man, as much as I would love that, I think that ship has sailed for Antonio Felix da Costa with Formula One. I love Antonio Felix da Costa. Worked with him for many years in Formula E. He is a legend. He's so funny, very quick driver. Obviously, also took Formula E World Championship a few years ago. So he's a very good driver. Lynn says, how about a W Series driver? It is don't think there's anyone that's currently on the W Series grid that, one, has amounted enough super license points, or two, has that proper opportunity that could make the step up. Obviously, W Series is doing a lot to help with giving opportunities to young female drivers. But for somebody like Jamie Chadwick, obviously, she's probably the best bet at the moment. She's within Williams and their young driver program. However, I don't think there's going to be an opportunity for her to make that jump up full time into Formula One, which is very sad. But I have faith that it will happen sooner or later. Obviously, the last woman we had that took part in a Formula One race weekend was Susie Wolff, who did 2 FP1 sessions, one in Silverstone and one in Germany. I think that was 2014. So I want to see another woman get an opportunity, and maybe Jamie Chadwick can be that person. We've got a new rules and regulations that have come in for this year, which means teams have to select at least one rookie to take part in an FP1 session for each driver. The 2 cars in the team, there has to be at least one rookie in each of those over the course of the season. Red Bull today announced that Liam Lawson and Yuri Vips are going to be the 2 drivers that will be making those FP1 appearances. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Williams can put Jamie Chadwick within that seat. Johnny Keeling saying, Matt, please take over with a sleeping emoji next to it. Well, Matt's not here. He's actually gone for a break. So, well, you can take over now. I'm sure he's going to be really happy because apparently I'm boring him to death.
So. Don't listen. Don't listen to them. I'm just getting Tommy to do it. Can we get last hour? Final hour of Barcelona. I'm just texting Tommy. Barcelona testing. Cars on track, improving, etc., etc. Right, cool. I have spoken to Tommy. Lovely. What has happened since I left? Welcome back if you are joining once again. Nothing has gone on, apparently. Russell and Leclerc. Just the Mercedes of George Russell alongside Charles Leclerc. Just 23 days until all of the drivers will be racing for real in Bahrain. So that was a picture from earlier, which we were showing reasonably, or a few minutes ago. I've been sent more images by Benji, the goat, and got an image of the Williams of Albon up on screen at the moment. I've also got an image of Sergio Perez in the same spot. And look at that, some FlowViz working on that Red Bull as well to try and get some more data as to how the airflow is working through the car. It is quite an interesting bit of kit. I say kit, it is literally paint, but it's not just it's not your normal Dulux paint. You're not going to be putting that on your walls, but it's crazy in this day and age. F1 teams still go down the route of paint to find out where the air's going. It's crazy.
I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look really cool, but it's such like a simple way of doing something, isn't it? When you've got all these aero rakes, you go, nah, we're going to just splosh some paint on it.
Yeah.
That works.
Get Colin from the garage, just like chuck a bucket of paint on the car, send the car out. But yeah, there've been some really cool shots. Some of the McLaren ones have been really funky. I assume there's not many different colours that you can use. I've seen bright yellow, bright green, and some blue ones, but I don't know. Let's get some bright pink on the Alpine. Make a full Racing Point livery.
Yeah.
For that, yeah. But I'm sure there's a reason for the colours. As much as I would love to see that.
Sponsors. Okay, so we have 1 hour and 14 minutes to go in this F1 testing day 3 afternoon session. We have overall combined as a team, myself, Tommy, and Katie, streamed for 21 hours and 21 hours and 45 minutes. 22 hours and 40. We've streamed 22 hours and 45 minutes over the last 3 days. I hope you guys have enjoyed these live streams, and hopefully we've kept you in the know as much as we possibly can. A big shout out to Katie for spending her time being on these live streams, and to Tommy as well for him joining me over the first 2 days. It's been awesome. And it's not over just yet. We've still got an hour and 15 to go, and I imagine there's going to be some improvements out there as well, considering it is, getting towards the last hour. And I'm looking forward to seeing a flurry of cars go out there because the track is dry. The teams will hopefully have more to learn. And as much as we can't see any coverage, we'll do our best to make it feel like you're there.
I'm going to be upset if we don't get a 1 minute 18 in this last hour. I think I'm preparing to be upset
1
because
minute
I don't
18.
think that's
Wow,
going to happen.
No, I don't think it will either. But I like your positive thinking.
Just that's all I want. But yeah, we'll see how this happens. It's also mad. Sorry, I completely suddenly got relative energy out of nowhere there.
Yeah, whoa.
Some people, whoa. Some people have been here and watched every single hour of those 22 hours or whatever it is, which is insane.
Tell me in the chat.
People in the chat are saying we've been here for every minute of it, which is absolutely crazy.
Who is actually legitimately, you don't have to, don't be like, I've been here when you haven't. If you genuinely have been here for like a lot of it or all of it, let us know, because that is absolutely insane if you have, and it means it means the world. I think Matt should sing a song for Leclerc. I will.
I think that's a great idea.
I will, but one day when we get a video opportunity for me and Charles to spend some time together, it absolutely is going to be a date night. Dinner,
third wheel, please?
A candlelit dinner. Myself and Katie can be in a pot of flowers.
I'll be
or
a waiter.
You can just be pretending to be a plant in the corner or something.
I'll just peek here.
Yeah.
Peek from behind the
You can be the waiter. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll serve the drinks and the food.
Wow,
oh
a
my
lot
gosh,
of
there's so many of you that have been here.
Oh, we love you so much,
so
guys.
amazing.
Genuinely, that does warm my heart a lot that you would listen to this
you're
rubbish
amazing.
For over 22 hours over the last 3 days. If you haven't, that's absolutely fine. We love you being here right now. That people are busy. But if you also have, that is absolutely incredible. And we genuinely do love you from the bottom of our hearts. So thank you. And there is still 10,000 of you here. So that is incredibly special, considering we aren't seeing anything. The only way we're able to entertain you is through information and our own voices, which is insane. But yeah, thank you, everybody. We got a bit more insight from Gary Anderson over at The Race. Live text updates, if you want to see them, in the link in the description. One of the main aims within the 2022 regulations was to control the wake coming off the rear of the car. But the whole thing has been about improving how close the cars can follow. In the past, the diffuser was as wide as possible and very shallow. For this year, it is now narrower and higher. This has left room between the inside of the rear wheel brake duct or shield and the outer wall of the diffuser. With these small wing sections or turning vanes, this will also increase the height of the wake. So hopefully the following car will not have the same problems as last year when pulling out to overtake and hitting that wide, turbulent wake. Interesting. There is an image, actually, which I hope Benji, if he is listening, will be able to rustle up for me, which the race has just posted, of the rear tyres. Gives you an insight as to what Gary is talking about there. That would be great. And then Benji is also going to send us some 5 or 6 top images from testing to reflect on from the last 3 days. Josh from the race has been there for most of the 22 hours. I'm sorry, Josh.
Thanks,
your ears
Josh.
must be bleeding, but thank you for tuning in all the same, whether that's due to having to work or not. But you've been forced, which is probably worse. Awesome. And I will need... so I just need to reply to someone on Slack. Katie, if you want to give me your thoughts on something or other.
No worries. There is one huge question that I keep seeing in the chat. And do you know what? I feel like it's time we finally answer it. And that's from Kendall, who says, is cereal a soup? It's good to know, with all of this testing going on and all this technical insight we're getting from the race, that people are asking the important questions. Cereal is not a soup. Cereal is cereal, but they're asking for it to be made into a poll. So
what's that? A poll for what? I wasn't actually listening.
Is cereal a soup? Big important questions.
Is cereal a soup? Sorry,
is a genuine question.
Has chat gone more delirious than we have? What are you talking about? Is cereal a soup?
That's what I mean. We can put the poll up for like a few minutes, and it's going to be 100% no.
How is it a soup?
Appreciate your asking the questions that make you really evaluate life, Kendall.
Oh, goodness.
Right, let's see if there's any other. Yeah, lots of people saying, "Where's Tom?" and loads of guitar.
Yeah, where is Tommy?
Tommy, I know you're watching this.
Get your guitar plugged in. Put your outfit on. Which you have to wear an outfit. You can't just be wearing normal clothes. I want a proper Max cape.
Cape.
Max cape, yeah. Please wear other clothes as well. We don't want to be demonetised.
That's so traumatizing. Oh, get that image out my head. Oh, God. But yeah, please come and do a guitar solo for us.
Please.
Oh gosh, you
Tommy
can tell
needs to
we're in
come
our
and do
last
an
hour.
F1 theme
You
tune
really can.
guitar solo, absolutely. And we will fit you in somewhere, Tommy. So I actually don't.
For sure.
I'm trying to think how I would fit him in. It's fine. If not, just have a video ready for, I don't know, to post it afterwards. I don't know. Matt, what would you do if Ferrari won in Bahrain, Hamad? I would spray champagne all over myself. I would just like,
we've got that.
I'll bop it
clip
open
that.
and then just like, I mean, that's a very dodgy image that I was about to give you, but like shake it in my face. That would be the dream. You know, it's a bit similar to what I did with Gasly when he won, but it was kind of a pathetic pour that I put over my head of the, I think it was Prosecco. But yeah, good stuff. That's what I would do. Right, there's an image which I was just speaking about with the rear of the car. Here it is. Boom. Got a little logo as well for which team you're looking at. And this was all about, I will repeat what Gary Anderson said. So one of the main aims within the 2022 regulations was to control the wake coming off the rear of the car. In the past, the diffuser was as wide as possible and very shallow. For this year, it is now narrower and higher. This has left room between the inside of the rear wheel brake duct and shield and the outer wall of the diffuser. With these small wing sections or turning vanes, this will also increase the height of the wake. So hopefully the following car will not have the same problems as last year when pulling out to overtake and hitting that wide, turbulent wake. So there you go. That is what Gary Anderson is talking about. Love that sort of insight. I've learned a lot. Not going to lie to you.
I've learned so much thanks to Gary Anderson.
Yeah, absolutely. And also to remind everybody, Alpha is doing their livery reveal at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. There is absolutely zero chance we are doing a live stream then. Get in the bin. No way.
No, that's quite early. Especially for a
Sunday.
livery
and for a livery reveal. That's literally it is. It's a livery reveal.
Yeah.
And it's probably not
I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think it could be a burgundy colour and maybe a bit of white.
Oh, really?
Basically. I know
so
it's bold. Yeah, literally. It's going to be pretty much the same, I would imagine. Unless that maybe they want to sprinkle a little bit more green in there.
Yeah.
Like they had for the Italian Grand Prix that made it look a bit like a PG Tips box for tea bags. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Jack gives us an update on the ground saying it's just Sainz and Hamilton on track right now. It's not been especially busy this past half hour. And I think that has definitely been felt doing these updates because we have been chatting some absolute waffle.
Good old waffle. But yeah, we are at nearly the final hour. And yeah.
It's the final hour.
So yeah, Sainz and Hamilton on track. Let's take a look at the lap count. Hamilton currently, no, I think that hasn't been updated, if I'm being completely honest with you, because still says 65. I reckon he's probably more towards 70, in my opinion. Hamilton... Oh, wow. As if by magic, it literally just updated to 70 laps.
Magic.
I am
you
absolute
are
magic.
The chosen one.
So Hamilton takes the mileage lead and is the most lapped, not in that sense, not lapped as in like Mazepin lapped as in has done the most laps today, 70 laps. And George Russell, so both Mercedes are at the top of the mileage sheets. 66 laps for George Russell. Hamilton not bothering with any kind of quick lap time whatsoever, literally cannot be bothered. 23.020 down in 14th. Just doesn't need it. Just does not need the lap time or the glory. And he's happy to just trundle around, do the mileage, learn about the car. And yeah, and it just kind of shows that times absolutely do not matter.
Yeah, it's very true. As we say, there is no such thing as a representative timing, really. I mean, I guess you could look at some things and see if one team has had an absolute shocker. Maybe it might be a little bit of a sign of things to come. But generally, the most important thing about testing is building up that data. Consistency is another important one. And yeah, as Lando said after topping the timesheets on day one, that's actually the thing they don't want to do, is they don't want to top the timesheet, get everybody hyped up, excited, thinking this is going to be McLaren's year if they then might not deliver that. So yeah, everybody, there will not be a single team on that grid right now that's like playing up the fact that they could be the best of the best. Everyone, even Mattia Binotto was playing it down yesterday, wasn't he? He was like, basically, don't get your expectations.
I wasn't a fan of that.
High.
I was not a fan of him.
He's had to do it for you. You've been on the Ferrari hype train so much. He's having to bring everybody back down.
Don't leave the station yet. We don't even know what our car is, really. But look, I am the conductor and I will leave when I want to. The Ferrari hype train is still real. I know they are 4th and 10th today on the timings, but timings don't matter. As I tweeted yesterday, timings don't matter unless Charles Leclerc is at the top, in which case it then matters a lot because, the fanboy vibes are very much coming through, but no, just passionate. Love that phrase. So George Russell still the fastest by quite some margin, 19.233 at the top. C5 tyre, 66 laps on the board. We are now officially, hold on, wait for it, drum roll. Okay, I started too early. I started well too early.
You did, oh my God.
I actually don't know when I actually don't know the seconds. It's not. Wow, I've gone so early. Oh my God. No, still.
This is embarrassing.
Jeez, it's the longest minute in the history of time.
We need the countdown music.
Yeah.
Do.
Please stand by. It's just not happening, is it? Like
Matt, you've literally gone so early. I
must have started at the literal second it had turned 59. But
this is embarrassing.
This is the longest minute of my life. So whilst this happens, hey, we have finally entered the final hour. It's the yeah. You get the drill. 1 hour to go of pre-season testing, and
somebody has asked. Yogi has said, "Is Katie the Lance Stroll of this generation?" Well,
what? Did you buy your way?
I do have a billionaire father. Yes.
Do you?
I'm also Canadian. And I also have no personality, so yes, I am.
Whoa!
I'm kidding.
No, you're not. No, there was an element of edge to that. Can we get some fire emojis in the chat, please, for Katie's hot takes or just hot opinions? Right.
I don't know where that's come from. I don't think I'm anything like Lance Stroll.
I now need a one-to-one interview with you and Lance Stroll. I think it just has to happen now.
I reckon me and Lance could be actually really good friends. And then afterwards I could just say, "Hi babe, can you write me a check? Thanks, goodbye."
Anyway, back to Gary Anderson.
That money from your bank account?
No, it'd be a droplet in the ocean. Gary Anderson has come in with another answer to a question over on the race live text, which there's a lot of fire emojis going in the chat right now.
By the way, before people start, I don't hate Lance Stroll. It was just a joke.
There's a lot of fire emojis.
Very pleasant chap.
I'm enjoying a lot, to be honest with you. Right, Gary Anderson's been answering some more questions over on the Race Live blog, which you can find in our description. Gary Anderson has been answering, do they get better results from the aero rakes in the morning, or do they just do them in the morning to get it over and done with? And Gary answers with, it's more to get it over and done with. They don't take long to take off, but they can be very time consuming to fit. There's lots of very small pipes to tape in place and connect, so doing that in the evening before gives them more time to make sure it's all up and running correctly. Makes sense. Just whack it on, get it all set up, because it does look like quite a faffy bit of equipment to sort out. In fact, let me get an image of that somewhere, I believe. Which picture is it? I think it might be that one. There we go. Yeah, it looks like a big old faff to put on the car, doesn't it? It's. I'm surprised it just stays on. To be honest, it just looks like a flimsy bit of metal.
It does. Oh dear. Everybody is going off in the chat.
Popping off.
Sometimes I say things and I don't think before I actually say them. But as long as everybody knows,
saying? Oh, as long as everybody knows,
I'm just having a bit of a joke, you know?
Yeah, it's good bands. We've
It's
lost.
great. I mean, Turkey that he'd managed a few years ago, absolutely sublime from Lance.
We've lost a few viewers. I think they're all Lance Stroll fans. So.
Oh no, I was only joking.
I'm only kidding. There's people dipping in and out. I'm only joking. Yeah, there was some pictures that have come through, which I can share right now. We've got the Alonso one. These are the best from testing, so
Okay.
I'll be able to share them.
While you're finding some more images, I have to answer Milano, I think your name is. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I've seen your comment come up about 1,000 times, and they've said, Katie, what is your favourite Grand Prix? And they've consistently asked this for about the last hour, so I'll put you out your misery. I have several favourite Grand Prix because I can't pick one. Slightly unpopular takes. I really like Imola. I think it is a good punishing circuit, and I'm looking forward to seeing the cars go back there. I like Australia, which I know is another unpopular opinion, and I'm super excited to see how the changes to the track layouts will help aid overtaking. So that's a really cool one. Other ones I love. Can't go wrong with Singapore. The vibes just seem immaculate. Monaco is another one that I'd like to go for the vibes. Maybe not so much the racing.
The vibes.
Vibes are on point. Other tracks, Spa. Can't go wrong with Spa. I also quite like Hungary. Hungary was the first ever circuit that I went to watch F1. So that's got a lot of good memories. And I feel like it's, some people often like Hungary's rubbish. It's provides terrible stuff, but we've seen some cracking Hungarian Grand Prix. I feel like it's quite an underrated track, really. Other ones, Monza, you can't go wrong with. Canada, I really like the circuit there.
I love how you're literally just listing the entirety of the calendar. It's like, what's your favourite race?
Well, actually, all of them.
I don't have a favourite. I usually whittle it down to around 22. So if we just go through all of them, Bahrain, I really enjoy. But anyway, that's good stuff. What I will loop back to testing now shortly, just to give you an hour 7 summary, which is from the race. Perez puts in his best lap of the week to go 6th for the day on a 1:20.452. C2 tyres, 48 laps for Sergio Perez today. Hamilton leads the afternoon lap count with 71 laps, which is pretty good going for Mercedes, which is just over a race distance. And Aston Martin joins Alpine and Haas in calling it a day early after an oil leak. So only 7 teams have a running car.
Wow. Yeah. Tommy's put every track laughing face in the comments. And I've realised because he's also an admin, I can't time him out. So there you go. But yeah, I do like a lot of the tracks. But not all of them, but a lot of them. Matt, what are your favourite circuits?
My favourite circuit is... Depends. You've got 2 different sort of outlooks on this. One, because I'm a gamer and, I'm a sim racer.
You're a gamer?
I'm a gamer.
Oh my God, you're a gamer.
For sim racing, I used to really like China. I do very much rate China.
Baku. How did I forget Baku?
Baku's
That's
a solid,
cracking track.
Solid track, but I think, it's just... Is it a good track, though, or is it because it's just caused carnage?
That's true. The first European Grand Prix we had there was a bit of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, but I think good.
Favourite track, Spa. Spa's an like for an actual circuit, Spa, I don't think can really be beaten. Because it's just got everything. It's just such an unbelievable track,
including lots of rain.
Yeah, including lots of rain. And Monza, of course, is up there as well. Of course, if you're talking about the entire environment of the, all the fans being there and everything, it depends. It depends how you rate it. There's many different ways. It's the characteristics. It's how you enjoy it in sim racing, or the entire experience. Silverstone is an amazing experience as well because of all the fans there, and they get very into it. Now back to testing once again for the drivers that you can't see on the screen right now. So P12 is Guan Yu Zhou, 21.939, C3 tyre, 41 laps. Pierre Gasly, unfortunately, ended up in the wall, 22.469, C2 tyre, 40 laps completed. Lewis Hamilton's still circulating out of there, at least he was recently. 23.020, C2 tyres, 71 laps completed. Then it's Nikita Mazepin, 26.229, C3 tyre, 9 laps completed, and Bottas Alfa Romeo, 30.433, and that was on the intermediates and 10 laps completed. So there's not been any word from Alfa Romeo. I might actually ask the race guys.
Oh, I'm literally asking it right now.
Oh, boom. Nice.
Or Bottas been out yet.
Yeah. I will show that, what you've just messaged me, Katie, once Benji sends me an updated version of it saying day 3, because it won't say that. And Benji made Ollie recreate the whole thing because he thought I wanted the whole thing changed. I said, no, I just want the day 3. Just want otherwise it will say your Instagram handle, and no one needs that. We need the Twitter handle, don't we?
Yeah, the one shown on the screen is my Twitter handle. If people want to go and give me a cheeky follow over on Twitter. You can find my Instagram in the link in my Twitter bio as well if you want.
God, listen to her. God,
plug.
Where's the wall? We need to put you in there. Plug you in.
Hey.
I need to find out who's actually out on track again. I'll speak to the race guys. Who is out on track? I feel so bad because I'm literally in the Slack chat with all the race guys, and we're communicating with them so much that it's just so blunt. I'm just like, who is out on track?
Tell me now.
I'm one of those where I'm like, could you let me know, please? I don't have time for this.
Yeah. Hi guys, please could you be so kind as to let me know who is out on the track at this moment in time? It's like,
yours sincerely, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually what is this? So the race have posted another thing on their live updates, an update on the fastest times. We guessed you meant the times. The times from the last day. So they've for whatever reason, the race have shared the fastest times from 10 years ago. Barcelona, and Kamui Kobayashi was fastest with a 22.312. And
God, there's some old names on there, isn't there?
10 years ago, so that would have been 2012. So that was Red Bull era, wasn't it? And Red Bull
would have been, yeah.
And Red Bull were 1.4 seconds off the pace and down in P6. So there you go. Timings do not matter.
No. I've messaged Tommy to get his guitar ready because he is going to be doing a solo at the end of the stream.
Is he actually?
I'm going to make him do it. I think
not the end of the stream. I think during, we need to.
Oh, okay, right.
Whilst you message him that, I'm just going to give a quick shout out to. Firstly, I know we had an amazing merch idea, so that will, I'm sure, be on the shop if possible at some point. That is unbelievable. But there is a lot of other products as well if you want to go and check them out. There's some on screen right now. Plenty of different sizes and formats, and there's lots of different things you can go with, colours, etc. as well. If you do want an F1 T-shirt, there's 15% off some selected products. Last chance to buy things like a Kimi face on the mug and Fernando Alonso in a deck chair and things like that. So go to shop.wtf1.com if you want to go and check out that and potentially get something for yourself. Feel free to have a look at that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is Clubhouse, which I haven't actually. I'm not sure if you spoke about it this morning, but we are doing it again at the British Grand Prix. So we are camping, and it's an awesome experience. Last year was amazing. I didn't really know what to expect from it. You don't really know when you're putting everything together. I'd love to take absolute credit for putting it all together, but you turn up and you go, oh my god, this is amazing. We had drinks, we had simulators, we had food, we had games, we had pub quizzes, we had Q&As, we did live podcasts, we did internet special reactions, we did, and I think the key thing, which I haven't really said over the last couple of days, is that people turned up genuinely on their own and made friends for life. That's actually what they have said.
Yeah.
We did a feedback form and people were so happy. 100% of the people that came said they would come back again, which is an unbelievable stat.
Bad stat, yeah.
It's quite funny actually, because a lot of the people that came had joined a Discord group before, Team WTF1, and been speaking about it, and they'd spoken. Some of them were a bit nervous, but by the end they're all like, right, we're going to come again, we're going to come together, and it's really cool. So if you want to go check that out, that's wtf1.com/clubhouse, and you can find out all the information if you want to come camp with us, spend time with us. We'll chat and speak Formula One with you guys for as long as you want, we need some sleep, you know what I mean? But yeah, you can spend some time with us for sure, and we're hoping for it to be 3 times as big and lots more activities than what you can see on screen. So there you go. Back to
There
testing.
you go.
There's an image. That is a very cool image of George Russell in his car. That is spicy. We do like that a lot.
Spicy. Lovely. But yeah, Clubhouse was wicked last year. Really enjoyed it. It's gorgeous weather, great company with all of the F1 fans that joined us for it. And yeah, we had good time, good laughs. And I mean, what more could you want? Just F1 for like the whole 3 days. It's perfect.
Literally just F1 fans everywhere, which
The
is not something
dream.
that F1 fans are used to. We feel like we're a rare breed until we're all together. Worth mentioning, back to testing, Hamilton has just improved and gone up to P6 with a 20.410. Both himself and Perez on the C3 tyres. Perez improved to a 20.441, but stayed 6th, and then Hamilton shaved close to 3 seconds off his best, and then set a 20.410 and just slots in ahead of Perez. Hamilton now 74 laps on the board in that Mercedes. Tommy is asking, is this actually happening? Yes, of course it is, my friend. If you get the guitar out, get the F1 theme out, and I will place you very badly in the screen somewhere. You will do it, drop the guitar and leave.
Have him in the big box.
Yeah, I'll just make
XPV images go.
To be fair, yeah. There you go. People want to see a 5-minute, bit of Tommy and on the big screen with his F1 solo. I can still keep people up to date with what's going on. So yeah, I look forward to seeing Tommy smash out his guitar solo.
It's going to happen. I can feel it. But yeah, lots of PBs being set at the moment, as you mentioned, for Hamilton and for Checo Perez, who I'm really hoping has a better season this year. He seemed to really get to grips with the Red Bull towards the end of last season. Excellent wingman for Max Verstappen, obviously, in that final race. But once again, these are brand new cars. Like all the previous data, all the previous ways you had the car set up, doesn't matter anymore. It's out the window. So in theory, everybody will be starting from a nice, fresh, clean slate. But yeah, I want to see at least another Checo win, at least one today. Today.
Perez must win
Checo
today.
win today. I don't care what it is. He can play a game of Scrabble on the side. I need a Checo win.
So I'm going to go do it through a slideshow of images, some from the best of the last 3 days, to show you some awesome shots. This one is very nice in particular. I know you see them a bit later, Katie, because you're looking back at the stream, but that is a very lovely shot, the way the sun hits that. We've then got Max Verstappen looking incredibly serious and in the zone. Then we've got this image is very cool. I like that. That's the McLaren there, and the way they do with the sort of blurry seats and make the car the only thing in focus is very cool. Then we've got a very cool shot as well of the Williams there. That was earlier today. Then we've got the McLaren once again looking very nice indeed in particular lights, and that particular light was working quite well for the McLaren. Then we've got this one. It's probably the coolest image of the lot. Alonso getting out of the Alpine, or standing by whilst the smoke was engulfing that blue and pink Alpine machine. Then we've got how many more? 2 more. We've got the rear end of that Ferrari. Looks pretty cool, considering he's just dipping that left rear in the gravel as well. You can see the pickup on the left side of that left rear. That is very cool indeed. And then finally, up there again, the amount of flow-vis on that McLaren is an absolute disgrace. That, I mean, to be fair, may have even improved the livery a little bit, but that's good banter. Only kidding. It does actually look worse, to be fair, with that colour on it. But yes, there you go. There's a little slideshow of the 10 best shots that we've selected. I've just heard from Jack from the race, has said nothing from Alpha for more than 2 hours. The car's not been out since intermediates were the tyre of choice. So not heard anything from Alpha. With 43 minutes to go, they're running out of time to make the most of it. XPB not uploading any images, probably because there's not that many people out there. I think it's just Hamilton and Perez, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Hamilton and Perez are the only ones out on track. 43 minutes to go, as I say, and 3 teams have already packed their bags and left. Aston Martin, Alpine, and was it Alpha Tauri? Who was it? Was it Alpha? I can't remember who the final team was. Haas. Alpha Tauri are trying to fix Gasly's car. But yeah, Aston Martin, Alpine and Haas are the 3 that have officially called it a day. I'd imagine Alpha Tauri are probably going to struggle too as well with this amount of time left. I've just scrolled down on the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. It's fine. I put it back in place. It's all good.
Scroll back to that. We have had an update for Alfa Romeo, and it's a very short and sweet update. Apparently, they've just confirmed that it's been a technical issue that they've had, and they're trying to fix it and haven't given up hope of running again. Well, guys, you've got 40 minutes to get back onto the track because, as we mentioned earlier, the only time the car has been out was for some intermediates, and they've not been on the track for more than 2 hours. So for everybody asking for Bottas updates, there are none at the moment because he's not actually left the garage since 2 hours ago.
Not ideal. Not ideal. Can we come to the clubhouse if we're not camping at the site? Unfortunately, I do not think so, Maxi. I think it is exclusively for the guys that pay for the tents and the cabins, because I think that's only fair enough, really, if you're paying for the experience, to let people in as well. It could get a bit crowded, so.
Yeah, but we'll be at Silverstone, so if you see
we're
us
still going to do meetups
wandering around the track and things, come say hi.
It'd
be very cool. It was very surreal last year. It was my first event thing that I'd done with WTF1. And it was amazing to meet so many of you, but it was also incredibly overwhelming to have all these people like, I watched the podcast. And I'm like, oh my God, more than 3 people listen to it. This is really strange. But yeah, it's cool. Tom says, shall I join the Zoom? Who wants to see Tommy?
Go on then, Tommy.
Come on. Hour or so?
Come on then, Tommy. Here we go.
Lots of guitar emojis in the chat, which I love.
Let's get Tommy in, see if he's able to perform for us live on the testing updates watch along thing thing. Maybe. Yeah. So when he joins, I'm hoping the entire layout doesn't blow up, but there could be an opportunity where the entire stream just goes kaput. So let's see what happens when Tommy joins, where he ends up and where everybody ends up on this Streamlabs desktop. Is he joining? Has he got the link?
He should do it in the chat.
Come on then, Tommy. Any time today, mate. Take your time. There's a lot of Tommy. There's
a lot of Tommy in the chat. Yeah, that's really why people want Tommy back, is for the Frank content.
Right, whilst we wait for Tommy to join, I will run you through another thing that Gary Anderson has answered. What are the different ways teams might be able to solve the porpoising problem? So Gary has said there are lots of fairly short-term fixes, but they will all cost you some aerodynamic performance. You can raise the ride height until it is acceptable, use a stiffer suspension setup to keep the car higher, cut some holes to allow some airflow into the critical area, if you know where that is, and move some of the splitters to get more airflow to that critical area. Solution 4, which is the long-term solution, will be the main focus. You want to get the maximum out of the underfloor, but you need to get it consistent. So working on the positions of the splitters within what's allowable in the regulations to reduce and contain the separation is step 1. After that, the floor's leading edge will also bring results, but that means new floors. So there you go. That's some insight from Gary Anderson at the race.
I'm going to miss getting my Gary Anderson updates.
What on earth has Benji made here?
Oh,
he's literally called this "Got Bored," and I'm going to put this up on screen.
Oh no! Have you checked it before you
That's me karting, and he's created Mario Kart WTF1 edition. All right, you will say, "Oh, Tommy's arrived." Let's see if Tommy breaks this. Is Tommy going to break this by joining? We will find out. Oh, okay, you've moved slightly. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Tommy.
Oh.
Is this going to work?
I don't. Well, I need to hold on 1 sec. I need to put you in the screen somehow. I've adjusted Katie, so that's fine. Where are you?
Oh yeah.
Do we need a new bot?
Thing.
Do we need a new bot?
No, I'm just going to stick you up on screen. It's fine. So, Tommy Face. Here we go. Right. So, Tommy, what have you thought about testing so far this afternoon? Talk to me.
Well, I must say, I've just been sat there working, watching the stream, and
Thanks.
it's been great. You guys have been awesome. I've genuinely I can see why people have tuned in because it's awesome. Like having just a chill chat while you're just getting on with some work or whatever. And I've loved all I was a big fan of the Benji chat, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
That was hilarious. Yes, it's been good, but strange running in the afternoon. Not loads of stuff, and a lot of teams sort of done for the day. But maybe we'll see some. Are we going to see some crazy last lap runs? Probably not.
Right, I've got you front and centre, pretty much. Oh God, you are very pixelated. Maybe not front and centre. Right, we'll stick you where the times are for now, just for bants. And
we could move the times
behind the timing.
into the screen, right? You could move the times in the screen, and then we can all chat.
Oh, this is so funny.
Okay, so live timing is going to go.
It's like a live. No, I was gonna. You're not making me massive. No. Okay, good. I thought you. It's like.
I gotta get a picture of this.
Here we go. I mean, that is actually, to be fair, if I do that, I can then.
Are you watching it, Tommy? Can you see?
Here we go.
I could see. I was very concerned when you put me absolutely enormous there.
Here we go. Here we go, everybody. I've actually been able to give you the full timing now. It's in the background is me in a kart doing Mario Kart, apparently. But there you go. This is the fix right now. Okay. So
I was like, "Where's Frank?"
Yeah, we do need.
That's
Frank,
the real reason people wanted you back.
Okay, so this looks terrible on screen because we've just got a massive text, but it's fine. It's no problem.
Over Mario Kart.
Yeah. Okay, so
what's the Mario Kart?
Oh, literally, Benji made something where I'm in a. I've moved it out of the way, but I'm basically in a car, and then Mario is next to me throwing a bomb at me. So.
Tell me there's not much going on in testing without telling me there's not much going on
exactly.
in testing.
So, right, Tommy, the only reason you're here, as we know...
Oh, am I literally just going to play the guitar and go?
No, you don't know. You don't have to go. It's fine.
Oh, no,
actually,
stay.
I'm just thinking, have we said about Alpha confirmed it's a technical issue and that's it?
We have,
You should probably actually give updates.
So four cars on track at the moment. Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo and Hamilton, just so people know. But now... it's time for the F1 theme
I did
tune.
promise. I'm actually quite nervous because I've not played
F1 national
guitar
anthem
in a very long time. I don't even know if you're going to be able to hear it. So let me just get it. Hang on.
You sort yourself out. I'm going to change this background to something other than me in a cart. Maybe we do that, and then we do. I'm just trying to maybe we do. Maybe do that. I'm just figuring this out. Oh no, but if I do that, it disappears. Okay, cool. Good.
Listen, I've got an advert playing, and it's already got the F1 ad in the background, so it knows.
Right, I've just stuck it there so we can see George Russell. It's a very cool picture. Tom Bellingham has just disappeared. He's going to go get his outfit on. He's going to go put his Max cape on and nothing else. And
stop saying this. I just wanted to check that we haven't crashed the thing because as soon as we did the three of us, my YouTube stream just completely plummeted. But I think it's just me. Yeah,
we're all good.
It's just me.
So Bottas has only clocked 54 laps in total. He's only done 54 laps for the whole test. 10 laps on Friday, 21 laps on Thursday, and 23 laps on Wednesday.
Tommy's back with his guitar.
Oh my God, I can't see it. Where is he? Hello?
I don't know. Can you even hear this?
Oh, yeah, we can hear it.
Can you hear that? Shall I move?
I'll put
shall I move the
myself
microphone?
on mute as well.
Yeah,
I move my Elgato wave.
Wave 3.
I'll put myself on mute as well, so you can.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Okay, just play it. Just do a little riff or whatever it's called. Just. Oh,
Can you hear that?
no, it's.
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
Is it,
well,
I reckon it might be the Zoom
background
settings, is
noising.
it?
Yeah,
Background noise.
yeah. Get rid of background
Hang
noise, and then we're going to be full vibing. It'll be F1 theme tune on guitar plus Frank barking probably, and it'll be
Yeah, it'll be
absolutely
added percussion.
amazing. Look, this is what happens at the end of testing, everybody. I hope you're really you've kind of got your seatbelts on, because this could be a performance like none other.
It's going to be one to remember.
It really could. I'm here for this. I'm excited. You know, me and Tommy, last time I was in a room with him with the guitar, we made some absolutely awful TikToks of Alex Albon pleading for his seat to stay through the song of hero Enrique Iglesias. So anything could be... Here we go.
Yeah!
Is that better?
Yeah, it's basically a live
So much
performance
better.
now. Here we go. Right. Oh my God.
Right.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh my goodness me.
That's fine.
Oh, you don't have to. We can hear you from back there, mate. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. You're like, hello.
What am I doing? The F1 theme?
Yeah, I think right. Hold on, everybody. No, before you start, I think chat need to do something in the chat in order to unlock Tommy doing the F1 theme tune.
Sorry,
I think
7.5k likes.
no, we need to hit,
Everyone's already liked the
there's
video.
there's 9,500 people here. We need to hit 8,000 likes. The second it hits 8,000 likes, Tommy will do the F1 theme tune on his electric guitar, if that's what it's called. I don't know what the technical term for it is.
The electric guitar.
Perez up to P2 on the C4s. Some actual
hello.
F1.
Some actual F1 Perez, yeah, 19,556 for Sergio Perez. Where did you see that, Tommy? You're properly on it, huh? Yeah.
Slack chat.
Slack chat. Okay, good stuff. Yes. So C4 tyres, Sergio Perez up to P2, a 19,556, which I think is officially the second fastest lap of the entire test, not only today as well. So Perez on a little push lap, 57 laps for Sergio. Let's see if we're going to hit... Oh, my God. Literally within about 3 seconds, it's gone to 8,200. So you're telling me...
Mercedes Red Bull
10K.
top 2.
10K likes. This is a joke. No, I've just seen that go up by about 1,000 in 3 seconds. We're 10K. 10K and Tommy...
Really
Come on.
10K and Tommy plays till the
this
end of the
is
stream.
excellent.
Give him a little tease
yeah.
again, Tommy. Give him a little tease and make him want to like the video. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This is like Guitar Hero.
Oh, that is brilliant.
I'm going to go like the video.
Yeah.
I've not played guitar.
If we get to 10k likes as well, I'll do race rundown.
Yeah, to be fair,
so.
Katie has to do race rundown, so it's a win-win situation here.
If anyone plays guitar, they'll know how. Yeah, copyright claim pending, probably. Anyone that plays guitar will know that as soon as you actually start playing live when you're like recording, you'll just mess up. So I apologise in advance that I will probably absolutely butcher this.
Oh, don't.
You're
don't
doing
say
amazing, sweetie.
Honestly, just that. You've won the crowd over just by doing whatever you just did there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm in love.
You can see my guitar. Is that better?
Tommy Hendrix. Amazing.
Tommy Hendrix. Just give him a little tease again, because what are we up to now? 8,
What are we trying to get to?
We're at 9,000 likes.
Oh my God, we're actually going to get there.
So look, we just literally need... Look, go on, tease him. Tease him a bit. Yeah, here we go. Oh. Honestly,
So good.
I'm
very good.
I'm actually proper fanboying right now.
Yeah.
Where's your Max cape?
It's down there.
Wear it.
I don't even know what super... Can I work out Super Max on guitar?
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a little intro, because we hit over 8K, so I think we...
I don't know.
No, that sounded right.
So good.
Okay,
And what are we actually getting to?
we're on 9,200 likes.
I think Katie's like, stop now because I'm going to have to do a race rundown.
9,241. Look, we're 750 away, and there's 9,500 people watching. There has to be people here that haven't liked. If you haven't created a YouTube account, go and make one, because we are very close to hitting that 10K. And Tommy, if it hits 10K, will he'll go in. Like the 8K benchmark was, I'll play and then I'll stop. We've got a resident guitarist now till 5 p.m. if we hit to 10K.
Such a good
likes.
start.
So,
Incredible work.
Here we go. 9330. Come on, everybody. Hit that like button.
What else
Subscribe
about
if you're new.
While we're waiting.
Yeah, what's happened in testing? Anything else?
It's just funny that we're going to end testing probably with Mercedes and Red Bull 1-2. So it's good. Nice to see those new rules working.
Let's put it on Twitter. Come on, quick. Tommy is about to play the F1 theme tune.
Are you putting it on your one, Matt?
Yeah. Tommy's about to maybe put it on WTF1 as well. Tommy's about
if
to
you
play
put
the
it on
F1
yours, I'll
theme
retweet
tune.
it on WTF1.
Okay, Tommy's about to play the F1 theme tune on our F1.
Oh, we're on 9.7.
9.7.
I cannot believe how
need
much
10K
actually goes
likes.
up when you just asked.
Hurry. Okay, and then where's the link?
I'm getting ready to
That
do my
one.
race rundown because that's going to happen as well.
Oh my god, here you are.
Tommy's about to play the F1 theme tune on that F1 testing. We need 10K likes. Boom. Okay, right. I've just put it on. I've just put it up.
9.8.
We're getting
Okay, it's
there.
gonna happen
9.8. Well, it's gonna go through.
Do I literally just as soon as
The second it hits
I just go,
10K. Yeah. Oh. Goodness gracious me! I'm getting hot under the collar. Yeah, I feel like it's.
I'm watching the likes.
It's gonna
Is
jump,
it
it's
literally?
gonna
Is
jump.
it literally like the second it gets 10K? I'm just.
I think so.
9.9. 9.9.
Okay, I think I remember.
9965. Surely. Here we go. 9975.
I need to get my
Come on. 10,000. Let's go.
There we go.
I need to
We
go
did
change my underwear.
10K likes.
That was.
That
Oh,
was phenomenal, mate. That was amazing.
oh, that was amazing. We need more. I need
have
more.
chills.
I hope that was worth it.
What's
I have
oh,
literal
absolutely.
chills.
What's your best song in your locker? That was unbelievable. You've just performed that.
Best song in my locker.
You've
I don't know.
basically just performed at like Wembley Arena. I mean, it hasn't
Yeah.
fully sold out, but you've
Ed Sheeran who?
right.
This will
Everyone is vibing.
be the most I've ever.
Oh, do
like,
the
the most people
chain.
I've ever heard. The chain. Oh god, I'm gonna have to work that out. Hang on.
See, look, this is it. This is the kind
I'm
of
muting.
talent that Tommy has. He's just like, you know what, I'm going to go work that out. He doesn't even know it. But he's just like, I was vibing. I was fully vibing.
I was loving that. That
I
was
wish I
amazing.
had any musical instruments in my locker. Tommy is now
Yeah.
trying to work out.
You can sing, Matt.
Yeah, it's not a musical instrument though, is it? You know, ah! It's not.
La, 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 la.
I'll do the F1 theme tune with my voice. It doesn't work.
People are already saying this is the highlight of Shakedown. That is the
highlight
correct
shakedown.
answer.
Yeah, play the chain. We want the chain. One more song. One more song.
Encore.
Look at him. Look at him working it out. He's just, oh God, he's stroking that guitar. He knows exactly what he's doing. Look at him.
People asking for covers on YouTube.
I just want.
Hamilton
I
has
want more.
gone up to P3 on testing.
Who
for-
cares? No, I'm joking.
No.
He's gone up to P3. Is he? Let's have a look. Yeah, Hamilton up to
has?
P3 with a 1 minute 19.674 on the C4 tyre.
He's done that because Tommy's played the tune.
That's it. Literally,
That's
it's
100% why.
motivated him. So Hamilton up to P3. That is.
He's put the pedal down and
decent lap
he's
time.
now.
So Russell, Mercedes, Hamilton, Mercedes 1-3 for this afternoon. We've got 24 minutes remaining of testing at Barcelona.
Wow, this has been the best day so far, I think. We've got Tommy on the guitar.
People are like,
All three of
Wonderwall?
us have been on the coverage.
Wonderwall?
Yeah.
Can we get Wonderwall? I just want one the way he goes like proper. Oh, here he is. Hold
Oh,
on.
he's memeing
Hold on.
business.
I've not. I kind of play it, but my guitar goes out of tune because it's not been played.
Ah,
for
it's the
ages.
guitar. I like the way you're doing
Yeah.
that. Nice, nice.
You can tell I've only just worked it out.
Okay, go back to the other one. do the other one again. Oh.
Pretty much that.
Right, do the other one again. I like the other one.
The F1 thing.
Yeah. He's our resident guitarist till 5 p.m.
You're like the kid on the track that goes, do the raw.
Yeah.
You're the equivalent.
Look, I'm allowed to ask. If he
That's
can
true.
say no, and then I'll just start crying. I want Tommy to like the bit where he just goes. I'm vibing. I'm fully vibing.
I want to make it my ringtone.
Yeah. Watch F1 come after us. How dare you play the song on a guitar? Look at him. What is he up to? He's doing all his little tuny bits.
Tuny bits. I'm going to pull up the current order so I can do my race rundown.
I'm shouting too loud and Soph is on a client call and I've just been there like, yeah!
Yeah!
Whoopsie. Sorry, Soph. It's Tommy playing guitar. You have to understand.
Do you want the F1 theme again?
Yes, but better.
For people that missed
more riffing.
More like
more rocking. Yeah, all of that stuff.
Like that.
All of that good stuff. Absolutely.
There we go.
That's
Smoke on the water.
so good.
Through the fire and the
So
flame.
cool.
Oh, please. Yeah, through the fire and flames. Let's go. Come on, Tommy. Through the fire and flames. Here we go.
I don't know it.
Okay, what's one that you pick up your guitar and you warm up your fingers because you know this song so well that it doesn't even matter. It just comes so naturally. And I will keep an eye on F1 testing. Don't worry as well. We've got 21 minutes to go until the end of Okay, so 20 minutes till the end of F1 testing. A purple first sector from Hamilton had us glued to the timing screens, but he ends up third fastest with a 19.674 on the C4s.
Had us glued to the timing screen. Meanwhile, everyone in the WTF1 chat
Glued.
the guitar.
Yeah. Come on, what's the song, Tommy? What's the
song?
What's the song?
I'm seeing what people are asking for. People are asking for Van Halen.
I don't care what you
Van
play.
Halen.
You could play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I wouldn't mind.
I was going to play Twinkle Twinkle. That's I guess people that know the guitar will probably know why I've got the guitar. That's probably what people know the guitar for.
Oh, just fantastic. Alex Albon is the only one out on track at the moment. So we may well see a few cars come out right at the end, but the last 20 minutes, Alex Albon, the only one circulating the Circuit de Barcelona Catalonia, which means more guitar playing from Tommy. He's put it away. Can we get a boo?
Context.
Can we get a boo in the chat, please, if we're not happy that Tommy
Play
has just-
Supermax. I'm going to have to work out Supermax, aren't
Yeah,
I?
can we get a boo in the chat if we're not happy that Tommy's stopped playing already? We got to 10,000 likes and he gave us no more than 10 minutes. It's unbelievable.
I've returned. Sorry, I just had to get a drink. People probably didn't even realise I'd gone because they were so hyped about Tommy's guitar playing.
Yeah, you were going to get
We've
your
also
guitar. Is that right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're getting your guitar.
Oh yeah, get a triangle or something. Asking,
Triangle.
I'll tell you what I
there's a
do
lot of
have,
boos.
literally to the reach of me. Oh gosh.
People are not happy that Tommy's stopped playing guitar.
Look,
Oh, what?
it's a
Literally
Christmas
on an
headband.
F1 stream, and it's the last quarter of an hour of testing, and
last
there's
one out.
actual
Everyone's like,
running.
"Look, give us the. No, there's
I've got
no one
some
running. There's
bells.
literally Albon. That's it. So
Do you do a
That's the best
poll
I
of
can do.
like, what song should I learn in the next 10 minutes?
Through the Fire and Flames, absolutely. I think that's a difficult song to really.
Oh,
really do, to be
easy.
fair. So someone spamming 12k for Matt singing. No, I'm sorry, Carlo. That's not possible. I don't have facilities
That's
for that big
another
man.
thing.
There's a lot of booze though. There's a lot of booze. 10k dislikes incoming. Oh, dear. Yeah. People want race rundown played on the.
Yeah, I said I'd. Oh, we're playing
Oh,
it.
race rundown
And it's
played.
now
You also
time
need to.
for-
Yeah. You also need to. Yeah. That is. I
I'm
think
ready. Whenever the people are ready, I'll give it a try. Can't promise I'm gonna get it. We might be here for hours, but
Go on, Em. Katie
Okay.
doing race rundown, and I'll keep an eye on F1 testing. We've got 17 minutes to go. Oh,
okay.
disappeared
This
then.
could be
There you go.
interesting.
You're back. Right.
I'm back.
Can Katie do race rundown? That's the question.
This is pressure, right? Russell, Perez, Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, Albon, Sainz, Latifi, Ricciardo, Norris, Alonso, Zhou, Gasly, must have been Bottas.
I thought you were going to absolutely nail that.
Yeah,
then in
like
one
halfway.
take.
I was
like,
thinking,
what?
excuse me.
I kind of messed up with Latifi, Ricciardo, I think, around that point, but I hope that was that enough?
Oh my God, I've just got the best idea. Just for the ultimate collab before we go, I will try and, someone just made a great point in the chat. I will try and learn the race rundown music, then Katie intros it. I play the guitar, and then Matt does the race rundown of the final order.
Okay.
Oh, Hamilton's just gone fastest as well.
Has he?
He has. Hamilton's just gone fastest.
Wow.
One
So
minute
Mercedes
19.
1-2.
Yeah, 119,
there we go.
141 for Lewis Hamilton. And that is on the C4s, I believe, still. So, wow. Okay. We didn't get into the 18s, but Hamilton decided to just ramp it up a little bit in that Mercedes. Good stuff.
And now it's time for.
Tommy, do you reckon you could rile up Team LH by not putting the fastest
I
time?
was going to say it, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. But I was actually thinking that. I was even going to make that joke, and then was like, no, I won't say it. But yeah, just like make a new graphic and just put slowest time,
Bottas.
most laps, and just miss out
Oh,
that.
God,
Yeah,
it is funny.
It's amusing.
It's very amusing. Good old Twitter. 15 minutes to go. And Hamilton just went out there and decided, you know what, I want fastest time, and then that's it. Cheers, mates.
Mercedes 1-2. The dream is over.
Yeah, well, it was a good run while it lasted.
2022, you've been fun. Thanks very much.
Merc 1-2,
Enjoy
final
money.
day
I
of
hope
testing.
it makes you very happy.
Yeah,
You've won Mercedes.
that is a cool image that we've got up on screen of the Mercedes and McLaren behind. We also have a lovely shot of the Aston Martin there. Unfortunately, not able to run anymore due to an oil leak. Which is not ideal. Oh, Tommy's now got his background noise thing turned off, so now we can literally hear
sorry.
his
Everything.
You can literally hear his
Every
inner
noise.
digestive system.
Let me turn that back on.
That's funny.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine.
This has been a very fun last hour or half hour or whatever of
really
the day.
has.
I've
It
very
really
much
has.
enjoyed it. I love hanging out with you guys anyway, but to do it with all of these people watching as well.
Emotional.
Yeah, it's good
So
bants.
emotional.
It is
Yeah,
good.
it's been good fun.
Good bants.
I hope everyone else has enjoyed it too.
So, coming to the last 15 minutes of testing, of course, we'll keep you up to date with what's going on. If anything else happens, of course, Hamilton fastest of anybody now, right at the end of testing here in Barcelona. What has been your key takeaways, Tommy, from these 3 days of not seeing any cars go around a track live?
Please ask Kate that, because I'm just doing a tweet, and then
Okay, same
I'll
question.
go next.
Well, apart from the fact that, yes, this isn't entirely representative, I have very much warmed to the 2022 cars because, as people might know, if you've watched a podcast and stuff, I was a little bit unsure when we first saw them. I think it's because it's such a dramatic change. And everyone around me was like, yeah, no, these cars are so sexy. And like, you're a real idiot for not thinking they look good. And I was like, oh, okay, but maybe it's just the renders. Maybe it's this. But seeing them on the track, I won over. They look stunning. And yeah, I've really enjoyed that element and having the amazing images from XPB. Amazing images from XPB have totally made it. And also I'm very surprised at the reliability because I'll be honest, I thought we were going to be seeing a lot more stoppages than we have done. So full credit to all the amazing people behind the scenes that have put these cars together because they seem like a very reliable bunch. Unless you were
Indeed.
Sergio Perez with a gearbox or like 4 other
Yeah.
teams that haven't been able to fix
Yeah,
things for
there's 5 red flags
today.
today, isn't there? There's been so as well.
Yeah.
So, looking at the mileage, Hamilton's still leading on that front, 86 laps completed, but there are a couple that have closed in on him this afternoon. Albon's done 82 for the Williams team, and Sainz has done 81 in the Ferrari. But yeah, look at that mileage, 152 laps for Mercedes today. That is a big amount of running, and I think that would be the most we've seen today. Ferrari probably close, but Leclerc only did 44 laps actually this morning, so they're on 125. And we're just keeping an eye out last 12 minutes to see what is happening. Let me ask the question, who is out on track? Apparently, Hamilton was purple in sector 1 and 2, and then 3.5 tenths off his best in sector 3. So that only gives you an indication.
So are you saying he's washed or that Mercedes are incredible?
We're saying that he could have done an 18.8, but decided not to.
I said I wanted a 1 minute 18.
Yeah, Hamilton just toying with everyone at the moment.
Yeah.
Literally, the first comment on Twitter as well. It was fun while it lasted. Mercedes 1-2. Someone replied saying Russell equals washed. Yeah, wow. Hamilton just backing off and still doing the fastest lap of F1 testing.
So we're back very much to the Mercedes dream, aren't we?
Told you that was my podcast prediction. Mercedes white, like clear.
Merc clear.
Sorry.
Alfa Romeo struggling. Haas struggling. Alpine struggling today, but they had a lot of mileage over the first 2 days, so they should be okay. Who do you think?
Red Bull next, then Ferrari, then McLaren. Pretty much the same, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, we shouldn't look into testing though, should we? Because
don't look into testing, but look into the mileage. All right, in that case, who's looking the weakest team? That's probably
Alfa Romeo.
The weakest team. Goodbye. Yeah.
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa or Haas. Oh, look, it's just like last year.
Sainz has just improved to P6, I believe, 1 minute 20.072.
Respectable.
Didn't manage to dip into the 19s, but still
quicker
improving.
Than the time he managed on Wednesday. Yeah, that's correct.
That is correct, yes.
I've got them. Look at my little notebook. I'll show everyone in the chat. I've made a note of everybody's times throughout all the days. It's very scruffy, but I've been using that as my reference point because sometimes you just can't beat having it written down in front of you.
That is very true. There is the nice close-up shot of the Red Bull Floviz. I'll move that out the way to over there, the timing, so you can see that a bit better. Tommy's literally just disappeared. The guitar
like,
fame has very much gone to his
solo.
head, so he's vibing with that.
He's got too many people at his door wanting autographs and
to
photos.
be fair, we did only pay him 20 minutes, didn't we, of his time? And
true.
You know, he is the founder after all. He's done more than enough,
man.
today. So fair enough. Thanks, Tommy, for coming along. Yeah, I do really appreciate your time. Less than 10 minutes to go now to the end of pre-season testing in Barcelona. Keeping an eye to see if anybody is out there improving. I've asked the question, who's out on track? Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Albon and Ricciardo are the 5 cars out there at the moment. So we could further see improvement from the likes of Hamilton, potentially Perez as well.
Yeah. Imagine if he popped some C5s on, because Russell was on a C5 and Hamilton, by the looks of it, was on C4 compound. So Hamilton popped some C5s on. Yeah. I reckon we could get into a 118.
Easily,
if he wants to do
the
it.
Time was lost already on those set of C4s, to be honest, as we highlighted. Jack at the race letting us know he was 3.5 tenths down pretty much off his best in Sector 3. So there is plenty of time on the table for these teams. And maybe Hamilton just wanted to one-up Russell at that final hurdle in day 3, just to take
just put him in his place.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to just be like, yeah, I want a faster time than Russell.
He did tag him as Roscoe in that photo that time, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that is crazy. That's a cool image, though, isn't it, of the Flovis on the Red Bull What do you make of that,
It
Tommy?
is cool, but it does look like somebody's sneezed on it. I'm going to be honest.
We're running. That's a good timing, actually. Zoom has just popped up and saying our meeting's ending in 10 minutes. So there you go.
Because you've joined.
I've joined. I forgot.
That's fine.
It.
Don't worry. 10 minutes is pretty much the end of testing. So
we're going to have to wrap this up. Bang on.
No, it's fine. Tommy will just disappear. And then, to be fair, so will you, Katie. So I guess we'll
bye.
wrap it up a couple of minutes beforehand.
Yes, very cool image. That Red Bull. You can see all the airflow under the side pod. That's incredibly good-looking side pod.
Yeah, of the world champion car of last year for the drivers, not the team. That was a long-winded way of saying that. There's another shot of the Ferrari, the rear there, on the C3 tyres. For Carlos Sainz there. Ferrari looking very good indeed.
Hamilton's going up purple again by the sound of Twitter. This is Hamilton just going, I'm back.
The sound of Twitter.
How does Twitter know that he's gone purple?
Magic. I don't know. Because
I'd
there's no
love
live
to know.
timings anywhere.
Are they there? Are they at the... Yeah, actually, that'd be a very good point to give you the information, if we possibly can, of who's done the most laps overall. Hamilton now on 88 laps today. It's interesting that we've seen a lot less laps today. Not one person solo has done 100 laps, which is the only day we've seen that this week.
It's true, yeah. It is. I wonder if the wet running has affected that.
There wasn't a huge amount. I guess the red flags.
Time for Hamilton.
I guess the red flags were always
by 0.003.
Where are you seeing this?
But he is on the C5. It's on the race live.
Because I keep going to the Slack where I'm like, that's where it's going to be, and then it's on here. Yep. So yeah, by 0.003. So.
Come on, we want into the 118s.
Oh, he's on the C5. So he's on the C5.
Yes, he's made a switch.
He gave away half a second in the final sector, but still winds up improving 0.003. And Sainz, as I mentioned, had improved with that 1 minute 20.072, P7 for Carlos. He's on the C3 though. Don't forget.
Okay, Matthew. Don't forget, Ferrari could still be great.
Don't forget, he's on the slower tyre. Welcome everybody that's joining for the final few minutes of testing. It's a pleasure to have you on along, whether it's been for 24 hours, which we are literally 23 hours and 55 minutes into streaming over the last 3 days. I hope you can never say that we don't live stream, that's for sure. And it's been awesome to bring you these testing streams, and we'll be looking into what we do for the test, the actual coveraged test. In a couple of weeks' time for sure, but I think a lot of you have enjoyed it, which is amazing. We did not expect anywhere near the uptake that we did for this, and it's been awesome to have you along, whether you're working on your car and you've got us on your laptop, or you're in school, which is very naughty, you should be learning, or anywhere else. It's been awesome to see loads of different pictures of where you've been watching from, and it's been great. I really have enjoyed it.
I think, should I do a poll of should we do live streams?
Well, if you'd been watching the stream, you would have seen we'd already done that, Tommy, and we received 86% yes. Yeah. So
I must.
Thanks for watching.
Then.
Thanks for watching.
I was
Tommy.
watching. I was watching.
There's people.
Didn't see the poll.
There is people.
Well, I'm watching on my
chat
TV.
That have watched
So
more.
I can't see the poll.
Yeah, but we spoke about it as well. But no worries, it's fine. Clearly, you weren't watching. Maybe you were dealing with Frank at the same time. Where is Frank?
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes to go. We need to have Frank in the stream.
My father-in-law's just got here, and that's why I went on mute, because the absolute chaos of all the dogs going crazy. But yeah, I'll bring Frank in for the final.
Well, just remember that it's ending in 6 minutes' time. So just remember that. So we'll be wrapping up very shortly. Keeping an eye. Gary Anderson's been answering another question. One final question on the race from the live text updates in the description below. Would love to know what sort of composite materials the floors are made out of and how much, if any, scope is in the regs to develop floor materials that are used. Can teams develop materials or must they be standard across all of the teams? All the teams, as Gary says, will use materials available on the open market. It's not in their interest to take on carbon material development. Their job is to design the best cars. So carbon fibre development is left to the experts in that area. So as for the floor, there will be a mix of woven and unidirectional material. Which material to use will be depending on what sort of stiffness is required over the floor area. Those that get damaged easily will use tougher materials, for example. So there you go. Thank you, a massive thank you to the guys at the race who have provided us with lots of information throughout the last 3 days. Of course, they are part of the same company as us, so it's great to work in tandem with them. They have been brilliant. They've, of course, been out on the ground in Barcelona, and they've been providing lots of technical insight. If you want to see more, go to the-race.com or head over to their YouTube channel, The Race. It's very simple to find. They have lots of amazing videos. I'm sure you've already seen them. So yeah, there you go. Less than 3 minutes to go now. And we await to see if there's going to be any more improvements in these final few minutes of testing. Less than 2 minutes now to go. And we await to see. Hamilton on 89 laps, closely followed by Carlos Sainz with 87. Alex Albon, in fact, has matched him with 89 laps as well in that Williams. Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. So yeah, the way that the timing sheets are looking at the moment over the whole 3 days is Hamilton has set the fastest lap time, followed by Mercedes, followed by Russell in the Mercedes. Then it's Perez, and then it was Norris who set a 1 minute 19.568 on the C4 tyres on Wednesday. So that's what your top four looks like. And where does... Yeah, so Charles Leclerc fits in P5, which is the time that he did on Thursday. So that's what your top five looks like. Doesn't have Max Verstappen in there. Dun, dun, dun. What does it mean? Absolutely nothing. But makes a good story, I guess.
Albon has now gone past Hamilton in the laps completed. 91 for Alex Albon, 90 for Lewis Hamilton. And it looks like that is pretty much your lot for testing.
Guys.
Less than a minute to go. So let me just quickly ask, anyone improving? I'll ask that. And then if not, we will say goodbye. So Katie, give us your final thoughts, please, on testing today.
My final thoughts
and
on testing
over
today,
the week as well.
Has been very chaotic morning. Hamilton is on one last push lap, by the way, guys.
Yep,
so
just
saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall good reliability from teams. Some absolute stinkers from like Alfa Romeo. They have had a real
thousandth
trouble.
down in sector 1, purple sector 2 for Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, Katie.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Frank's
getting
buzzing.
excited.
Let's see. Frank's losing his mind.
Ooh.
Is Lewis Hamilton going to go into the 1 minute 18s right at the end?
Come on, Lewis. I want a 1 minute 18. Whoever it's from.
He's backed off. He's backed off again.
I can't believe it.
How much was he up in sector 2? Perez might be the only one to improve apparently now. I'm just going to ask that question. He was only up by 0.009 in that middle sector. So not a massive lap from Hamilton, but still was going faster. Right, we have only got a couple of minutes. So, sorry, please finish, Katie, and then we're going to get kicked out.
Yeah, just thanks, everyone, for sticking around. You guys have been absolutely amazing. So much love that we've received on socials and in this chat. And I love each and every one of you.
Awesome. Tommy, final thoughts very quickly.
Before I get kicked out, yeah, it's been amazing. Did not expect it to be that good. And I'm a big fan of how everyone is more interested in Frank and my guitar than F1 testing. But yeah, it's been fun.
Amazing. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Katie, for all your time. And thank you to you guys for watching, whether it's been for 24 hours, whether it's been for 1 hour. It's been absolutely awesome to bring you these live streams. So please do leave a like on your way out. It'd be amazing. And also subscribe if you are new. We've got lots more testing to come. It's been a big old slog, but it's been really great. And we'll see you very soon for another video. Thank you, guys. And yeah, we will do more of these, I'm sure, in the future. Bye.